Hey, 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 how's everybody doing? Decided I'd just go ahead and go live a couple minutes early. Okay, so maybe 2 minutes early. Cynthia's live just ended, so I thought I'm sitting here, I may as well. All right, so hey, Chris. Hey, Granny D. I know she says she'll be right back, so she may already be back by the time she hears this. I don't know. So, how's everybody doing tonight? Hey, Lisa. Oh, I haven't dropped the link. Dun, 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 dun. Let me do that right quick. Hey, VJ. Hey, Eden. Paste. All right, y'all. There's the link coming into the chat if anybody wants to come up on the panel. Now let me go on my phone and paste it to the top. Pin it. Not paste it. Pin it. All righty. Has anybody else's Facebook that's content creators, have they been telling y'all, have they been suggesting your videos to you? Mine has been, and mine just told me that I'm live right now. And that I might want to go check me out. I just wondered if anybody else's, I think I said Facebook, YouTube was doing that. Hey, Sanita. Alrighty. What was I doing? Yes, pinning the tab. Pinning my videos. Live. Here. Nope, that's not the right one. Where's my current one? Come on now. Oh, my channel. Hey, Jeanette. Hey, Racine. Hey, Laura. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you, Sanita. She said she will be listening. Yeah. So, y'all, in Sanita's, Cynthia's live a while ago, Sanita said, catch my shorts, which I have been. And I wasn't even like a huge Simpsons fan, but for some reason that my brain went straight to eat my shorts when I read that. I don't know why, Sanita. I really don't. It's just one of those random silly things. Okay. Pin. Okay. So I've pinned the StreamYard link. So if anybody wants to come up, it is pinned. All right. All right. Now let me go back and check out the chat. See if I have missed anybody. We've got a Cynthia Joy Raid. Woohoo! Everybody's saying hey to everybody. Hey, Tiffany. Hello, Miss Lydia. Hey, Christina. Welcome in. All right. I think I've got everybody. If I missed you, I'm so sorry. Shoot me a little message again, and I will catch it the next time, hopefully. So what has everybody been working on? Let me show y'all. I put up a little short last night. I made the fingerless gloves. Woo! The Bag O' Day ones that she put up, I don't know, maybe a month or two ago. So, hello, OVW. So I made these because I decided I wanted to make something for myself because I'd finished one project, so I wanted to, wanted to make something for me. And she was using a 3-weight yarn, so all I had was the baby yarn, or that's what was handy dandy to me, so that's what I picked up. Hey, Ray! Hey, Liz! Are you feeling better, sweetie? Is your family feeling better? Your kids, everybody? When Cynthia comes in, I'm going to show this. She was talking about her scrappy blanket. This was my scrappy blanket I started this year with all of my scrap yarn, my leftovers. But this is, I'll show y'all the yarn. This is this Baby Bee. Ooh, I'm knocking stuff off. From Hobby Lobby Sweet Delights. And this color is called Parasol Party. But yeah, she makes the fingerless gloves with a 3-weight. So, what did I drop? I don't even know. Probably a yarn ball. Yep. It was a yarn ball. We'll stick you up here. Hey, Zach. Thank you, Lisa. She said that's a gorgeous color. Everybody's talking about how colorful they are, and they are. Y'all know I like me some color. I like orange, and I like lots of color. Eden says, it looks like a rainbow ice cream called Billabong. I don't think I've heard of that. I will have to. Okay, let me scroll back up. Everybody's talking what they are working on, so let me scroll back up. Scroll. Pastor McQuaddy, hey, how are you doing? Happy New Year to you as well. Let's see. Everybody's saying hi to everybody. Okay, Racine says she is knitting socks. Where's my sock? This is still my sock. It has gone nowhere. It's still laying here. But I finished up the other projects I was working on for Christmas. So it's still here. I'll get back to it. Let's see. Jeanette is working on a sweater. Ooh, nice. I want to make a sweater for myself too. I don't make wearables very often for other people unless it's like somebody I know and I can measure them, because I'm always afraid it's not going to fit. And at least if it's somebody I know and I can continually like have them try it on, then I know it's going to fit. Lisa said it is too hot to make anything. For those that don't know, Lisa is in Australia and it is hot while we're sitting here freezing. Although today here in Tennessee, it was like 55. So all the snow has melted and it's back to being warm. Dun, 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 dun. Everybody's saying hey to everybody. Hey. Chris is doing a hanging soap holder. Ooh, that sounds neat. Are you using a specific pattern or are you making it up as you go along? Racine says she's been wanting to make a pair of fingerless gloves. Yep. And I made this part like on hers, and it's because I crochet tight, so I knew my stitches weren't going to be as tall as hers. So I did a couple of extra rows here. I think I did maybe 3 extra rows, which is this part of your hand. And then I did a couple of extra rows on this section. And then I made my fingers longer. I think she only did like 2 or 3 rounds. And I took mine all the way up past my knuckles. My tips are still open so I can text. But this way my fingers are more covered. So, let me scroll. Let's see. So, Zach, you said you're coughing. Is that just a residual from being sick? Or have you gotten sick again? I hope not. I hope you are still well and just was having a coughing fit and that you're good to go. Liz saying hey to everybody. Hey, Thea. Welcome in. How are you doing? All right. So Pastor McQuaddy says, I've been making kitchen towels, but her neighbor asked her tonight if she would make a throw blanket. Ooh. Told her she'll. Yes. See, I like doing stuff like that. I love making blankets, and I've done that a lot. Like if they say, will you make this? I'll be like, you buy the yarn, I'll make it. Because I'm going to be doing it anyway. So a lot of stuff I do try to sell, but If it's a friend, I try not to, because I know I'm going to make it anyway. So, if I buy the yarn, she needs to right, exactly. Yep. If you're going to make it, she can buy the yarn. And everybody's happy. Is she going to pick out the pattern, or do you get to pick out the pattern? Lisa said that is an Aussie ice cream. I figured, but I wonder if we have something that's similar here. We'll have to look that up in a little bit. Hey, Cynthia, are you here, or are you just passing through while you're going to eat? Because when you were showing your thing, this is my scrappy blanket that I've been making this year. So if you're here, I will show it. If you're not here, I'll wait till you are here. Hey, Mona. Thank you. Mona said she can't stay. Just popping in to give a thumbs up. All right, Racine says they're in Mississippi, having trouble with the internet. Catch the rest on the replay. I understand. Thank you for popping in. I appreciate it. Eden's letting Cynthia know that she made it to the live just as we were saying bye. Miss Racine telling everyone bye. Racine, if you are still here, type buzz, B-U-Z-Z in the chat, and it'll drop your channel link. And that's for anybody. If you want to type buzz, B-U-Z-Z like a bee, it will drop your channel link. That way y'all can check each other's channels out. Ray is saying hi to everybody. She said, pass her an inhaler. Did you do it all in one breath, though, Racine? Hiya, Jeanette, Tiffany, Granny D, Liz, Lisa, and so on and so forth. Here, in case y'all didn't see it, here you go. In case y'all didn't see it, Ray said hey to everybody. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Passamaquoddy said, I made a pullover sweater for my grandsons for Christmas without a pattern, just free-handed, and they came out great and fit them. Oh, that's awesome. Yay, that's awesome. Chris is making it up. That's how I do 99% of what I make. I make it up as I go. But since I've started trying to make a few wearables, I have been following some tutorials. But like if I'm making like a blanket, usually I make it up. But I have been trying to follow other people's patterns just so I can show them and let everybody know where I got them from. But usually I just make it up. Let's see. Everybody's still saying how do you do. Hey, Deneen. This is good evening from Saskatchewan, Canada. Hey, hey. Zach said it was just a coughing fit. He is good now. All right. Good deal. Good deal. And I'm pretty sure, and Thea, you can correct me if I'm wrong, pretty sure that Thea is also in Australia, right? Am I right? I think so. Hey, Nana Michelle. Lydia, if Lisa has not told you, it is 2:00 Friday afternoon for her. Well, now it's 2:12. Lydia was asking what time it is where Lisa is at in Australia, and where she is at is 2:12 Friday afternoon. Thea says she is doing well. She is also not making anything because it is too hot. So I'm pretty sure she is also in Australia. Look at Liz reminding everybody to hit the thummies. Yep, there she is. She got it. She's watching the chat. Let's see. Passamaquoddy says she made some throw blankets for each of her granddaughters and daughter and son for Christmas gifts. Okay, so she didn't say what pattern, so she'll give her some choices. Awesome, awesome. For her neighbor that is wanting it. Hey, Miss Regina. She says howdy ho. Everybody's dropping their links. Oh, okay, good deal. All right, so Cynthia says she is here. She will be here the whole time so we can show the blanket. Okay, so what I am doing is I am doing a join as you go C2C. And I'm using up my scrappies. I need to get back on it. But like, okay, so Cynthia was saying she's just using, if she doesn't have enough of one color to do a whole square, she's just making smaller squares. And so I'm doing the same thing, except I'm doing them as these little C2Cs. So like I have some bigger blocks, and then as you see here, I have little tiny ones. And some of them are rectangles and not squares, but they make a square. But they're all just random. Just randomness. But so when it's done, my thoughts are it'll look like a patchwork quilt. Like an old-timey patchwork quilt. That was my thought process anyway. See, and here's some of this. This is what I made the ponchos with that I showed last week. But this was actually when I made like a what was it? A fox hoodie. Or scarf hood thingy. But yep. So it's just a little of this and a little of that. But that's how I'm doing mine. And it can be as wide as I want it to be. And if y'all haven't tried the Join As You Go C2C, the best tutorial I have seen for it was by Craig, Fiber Spider. He has a really easy to follow along with. I know there are lots out there, but that's the one that got me started on Join As You Go. Alrighty, let's see here. Hustle Claudia said yes, or she'll just have her check tutorials on YouTube that she can follow. Exactly. Good idea. Everybody's saying howdy do to everybody. Dropping links. Zach says, Nana Michelle, are you following him or is he following you? Lisa saying, can't wait for the cooler weather. You know what? We'll just send it your way. You can send us some heat and we'll send you the cold. Although, like I said, today it was warmer. Today is 55. Last week, it was freezing cold, single digits, and then today it's 55. So Cynthia said she is following y'all. Let's see. Lisa says, yes, beer is in Australian. Okay, let's see. Nana Michelle says, LOL, I'm following you, Zach. Yarn hopping. Exactly. Regina asking Liz, are you feeling better? Lisa says, it depends on where in Australia as to what time it is, right? I mean, okay, so here's Thea saying, yep, because where she's at, it's 1:13. So she's even an hour. So she's an hour earlier than Lisa. Liz says she is getting a cold again. Oh, no, I'm sorry. This is just a Join As You Go C2C. So all it is double crochet and slip stitching. Basically, you chain, just chains and double crochets, and that's pretty much it. I'm sorry, Lisa. Y'all, if y'all haven't been here when Lisa's been on, her neighbors can get noisy. Noisy. Cynthia says she loves that. She is hoping that hers will look like a patchwork quilt as well, but she's doing it for a baby. Well, I don't know how big this one's going to be. I figure I'll make it like throw size and then I might start another one. I don't know. We'll see. Thea says she has never tried a C2C. It's easier than I thought it would be. Like when I first learned how to do it. So, because before, I don't even think I tried C2C before I saw it on YouTube. Most stitches I wasn't afraid of, but I think it was just hard for me to wrap my brain around what they were asking me to do in a written pattern. But once you see it, like once you see somebody do it in a tutorial, it was easier for me to, I was like, oh, that's a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Hey, Margie, welcome in. How are you doing? I know I just saw you over at Cynthia's, but still, how are you doing? Everybody's saying hi to Margie. Oh, Regina's saying it's fixing to be twister weather in Arkansas. Yuck. That means it's going to come our way too. I hate that. Hate that. Oh, Passamaquoddy's in New Hampshire. Oh, I bet is it cold up there? I bet. Because she's saying send some heat her way. Yes. Ooh. Burr, burr, burr. Hey, Bronx girl. Welcome in. Hey, Bridget. Bridget said she's going to be sewing, but listening as she works. Well, awesome. You sew away. Are you making a Bridget bag? Passamaquoddy says, Liz, get yourself some elderberry chewables with vitamin C, D, and zinc. She finds hers on eBay. And you know what else I can get? I've been getting the bubblegum. Mentos, I think, but it's vitamin C drops, but it's chewing gum. Yep. Regina's watching the Dallas, Tennessee game. You'll have to give us the score. I know that tickets for that game here, I think they said it was basically sold out. That game was pretty well sold out. Whereas last week, they couldn't even give away tickets to the game. Granted, it was single digits, but they were down to like $10 a ticket trying to get people to show up for the game. They said $10, but I think the cheapest one I saw when I looked was $12. But not enough for me. Miss Cynthia says, making another blanket using scrap yarn, but haven't shared yet because I'm working on a tutorial for it called the Lullaby Dreams Baby Blanket. Aw, neat. I've got several, y'all, I've got one hair that is about to drive me nuts. It's like I can see it, but I can't find it. Do y'all ever get that? It's like one little hair. But yeah, I've got several tutorials in mind that I want to do and I need to get filmed up. It's just, I need to go over there to the little recording spot and just do it. Let's see here. Yes, ma'am, Granny D. One of the worst tornadoes in Tennessee happened in December. It hit downtown Nashville. Because that hot weather, with it changing so drastically, so quickly, that warm weather. Yep. And then it'll get worse, as it moves into the new year, like April. But so, Tiffany, when you say the mini C2C, you're talking about like with the half double crochets? I don't think I've made an entire project with the half double crochet. Passamaquoddy said it's 18 degrees there. Yep. Regina says, yep, starting in December. Granny D said it got into the low 60s today and will again tomorrow, I think. I'm pretty sure, I know it was 55 when I went to my mama's house earlier. What did I do with my phone? Oh, I bet that's what fell. I bet when I said I dropped something, I thought it was that yarn. I bet it was also my phone. But yeah, it was 55 when I went to my mama's, and that was like at 3:30. So yeah, the fiber spider, he also has some join as you go granny squares, so that you don't have to, once you get all the granny squares made, you don't have to go back and stitch them all together. Bridget says she's making a jumbo blanket bag, tote bag, medium knot bag, 2 hook bags, and an extra large sock bag. Holy smokes, girl. That's a lot. Right? So it's just a few, Bridget, just a few. Let's see. Granny D saying, yeah, she did not know that about the tornado. Right? That's the one thing about living in the South that I hate is the tornadoes. You know, I remember being a kid and we would just have a good old-fashioned thunderstorm. It would rain, it would thunder, it would lighten it, and that was it. And now it seems like every time we get a thunderstorm, we have tornado warnings. Every time. And, you know, back in the day, we would have too if they had the same technology then that we do now. But I never used to get scared with them. But now it's like, I guess I just know that it could happen. And so, I mean, there's nothing I could do about it. So, I mean, I still try to sleep, but just, I don't like them. Bridget says they've all been ordered and she's working them together. So hopefully they can ship in the morning before she grab a nap and then go get her new wheel. Oh, yeah, Bridget's going to get a new spinning wheel, y'all. New to her, but still, that's new. Hola, Maritza. Welcome in. Maybe I've only heard of it, not watched or read about it yet. Oh, what did I miss? Or am I just... Let me go back. Oh, okay. I gotcha. Talking about the mini C2C. See, I had to go back and look. Okay, we good now. See, once I read it, then I forget. Regina's saying, yeah, we get the warm, moist air from the south, the dry, cold air from the north. Rained so hard it sounded like hail falling. It probably was. Tiffany says, wow, Bridget, busy lady at the moment. Yes, but I'm so glad that people are buying your bags because they are awesome. I need to get one. I've seen Granny D show them and they are so cool. I've seen other people show them too. I think Liz has shown them, maybe Cynthia. Eden says, am I drinking Dr. Pepper today? Yes, ma'am, I am. From McDonald's. Let's see. Bronx Girl is working on a Star Stitch blanket for one of her granddaughters. Aw, sweet. Passamaquoddy says they have tornadoes in New Hampshire too. Oh, really? Wow. Well, I mean, I guess I want to say, I know Massachusetts, my ex was from Massachusetts, and we were up there visiting, and a tornado warning came. And of course, they had never had one before or had never had warning or anything. And so they're walking outside, looking up at the sky. I'm like, get back inside in the basement. Don't be standing outside. Grady D says, so happy for you, Bridget. Glad your biz is booming and you're able to get a new wheel. Me too. I can't wait to see some of the cool stuff that you use with it or make with it. I know you were spending the other night, but just getting a new wheel. It's like a new toy. Love it. Bridget says, oops, almost forgot. I also have some cake cozies to stitch up. Hey, yarn again. Ray says, I'm so jelly of Bridget's wheel. Now you get to be double jelly, right? I don't know how to spin. So if I had a spinning wheel, I can almost 100% guarantee it will be sitting in my craft room collecting dust like all that stuff over there. Regina says she loves her Bridget bag. Bridget says Facebook. That's where she found her wheels. Bridget says that's where I go when they call for a twister. You go outside in the backyard? No, you're supposed to stay inside in the basement. And if you don't have a basement, get you an interior room with no windows. Cynthia said she also loves her Bridget bag. Oh, wait, I missed one. Let's see. Da, 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 da. Regina said I put flowers on my spinning wheel if I had one. Oh, really? Bridget said she didn't know how to spin until she got her wheel a few months ago. That's cool. There's a lady at our yarn club, and she said she spins. So maybe you'll have to go get her to show me how to do it. She said she hasn't done it in a while, but she's got small children. But she said she's wanting to get back into it. But she's the one that dyed that yarn that I showed. Let's see here. A few weeks ago. Hey, Who the Knitter? That's Brenda Michelle. In case y'all have been seeing Who the Knitter around in the chats, she used to be Brenda Michelle 20. And Bridget Chris wants to know, what is a cake cozy? Dun, dun, dun. All right, and since I'm talking about that yarn, I'll show it to you. Where's it at? It's right here. It's hiding because I know some of y'all weren't there. But her channel is called Cedar Trace Fiber, or she's got an Etsy store. But this is the yarn she dyed, and it's superwash merino and cashmere. Isn't it pretty? I think it was called Rainforest. Let's see. Yep, Rainforest. 80% superwash extra fine merino, 10% cashmere, 10% nylon, and it's a DK weight. But it's so pretty. Ray said, spinning is very zen. Husband Claudia says they have a weaving loom on Craigslist, New Hampshire for $90, but I don't have the room for it. I have a small weaving loom. So, okay. I'm with you now, Bridget. I knew I had heard it and had seen it because Liz opened one. The cake cozy, you wrap it around your cake so that when you center pull, it keeps the cake nice and neat without closing in on itself. So like when you the cake yarns. I have one up there, but I can't reach it. I guess too that would be good for when I cake up my I've got a ball winder, so I guess I could put a cozy around that to keep it, because I don't have a ball band. I usually put like my color in the middle. Oh. Yeah, good deal. Right, Ray? She brought it and showed it. She had this other one that was this gorgeous dark red. Like, I mean, just super dark red. It was so pretty. But this one, I was like, oh, them's my colors. It's got like the burgundy, a little bit of orange, a little bit of green, and it's so soft. But yeah, her Cedar Trace Fiber. Whoop, focus. Yep. And her name is Liz. Let me see. Yeah. Etsy, Cedar Trace Fiber is her Etsy shop. She's also on Instagram and Facebook. Bridget said spinning is her yoga. Oh, that's cool. Yarn Again said her husband makes cake cozies on the small Addy. I hadn't thought about that. I hadn't thought about like crocheting or knitting a cozy. Good idea. Ooh, it does kind of look like a peacock feather. Bridget says knitted cozies are amazing. That's a good idea. I hadn't thought about that. I still don't know what I'm going to make with that yarn. because it's soft and I only have the one skein of it. But I mean, I can get more. It's 246 yards of a DK. And I don't know, and some of you knitters and crocheters that like to use DK weight, would this be enough to make like a bandana style, not really a cowl, but like a scarf, or I guess maybe a cowl. Let's see. Chris says, does anyone here know of a cotton box? I don't know. A cotton box. Like that you would put fresh cotton in, like freshly picked cotton, and you pull the little seeds out, or something totally different. All right, so Bridget is saying if you want to make a knitted cozy, do 60 stitches on 2.75 9-inch circulars, and then do about 50 rounds for a 100-gram cake. I gotta find my phone. Hold up. I'm gonna take a picture of the screen because I will never remember that. I mean, I could go back and check it out. Okay. Now I will know where it is. Okay, we're going to put my phone up here. Okay. All right, and we are at the bottom of the chat again. Woohoo! And Chris, let me know if that... Are you asking us if we know what a cotton box is because you don't know, or do you know and you're asking us if we know? Because I don't have a clue if... I don't know. Now, I know when I lived down in West Tennessee, we had cotton farms, and they would, and in the summertime when the cotton was like blooming, it looked like snow, and then of course in the winter everybody would be like, oh, look at all the snow, it looks like the cotton's coming in. But yep. Okay. Regina, you're with me on that one, and totally not at all right. No, all the yarn subscriptions. Okay, so do I know of a cotton box subscription thingy? Ooh, I do not. I was thinking about joining Darn Good Yarn because it was only like $10 a month for one skein, but right, Chris saying all the ones are wool. I don't know. That's a good question. Do y'all know? Do y'all know of any subscription, like yarn subscription things where you can get cotton but not the wool? What about the club Cynthia gets her boxes from? Crochet Society. Are they cotton, or are they a mixture, or are they all wool? Well, no, I think she did get a cotton one. I don't know. That's a good question. I have no idea. Yeah, if anybody knows, let us know in the chat. Yes, indeed. And since we're at the bottom of the chat, again, if anybody wants to pop up on the panel, I do have the StreamYard link pinned at the top of the chat. So y'all are welcome to come on up. Lisa saying she does not know the answer. Maybe Cynthia can answer that. Maybe. Or if Granny D is still here, she might know, because I know she knows a little bit about the yarn clubs. And there are some hand dyers that have, because I know Thriss was doing like a subscription, not necessarily, was hers considered a subscription box? But I know Thriss was doing some that she was sending out, but I don't know if she does anything other than the neighbors. Oh, Lisa's saying the neighbors are, wow, So they're being super loud tonight then. That stinks. I'm sorry. I'm sorry they're being loud. Lisa said her neighbors are being shocking and it's not fair on us. Let's see. Hey, Saf, how are you? There's Sappho, y'all. And it's probably nice and warm and toasty where she's at, too. Okay. Cynthia says Crochet Society yarn is mostly acrylic for DK, but the Lether company has got a cotton yarn and an acrylic. Okay. So maybe check out Lether for a cotton box. Thank you, Miss Cynthia. I always forget about Lether. Okay. The rest is focusing on wool blends. Okay. Now, you know, Melissa from Crochet in Agreement, she hand dyes cotton. Okay, look at Sappho. She reading my mind. She hand dyes cotton, but she doesn't have a subscription box. That's what I was just getting ready to say. Yep. Oh no, Eden says she's getting the pop. Are you getting the popcorn to listen to your neighbors? Oh no, Regina saying second player they've driven off the field for Dallas or for Tennessee. Sappho saying hey to everybody. Yep. That's a good question though. I'll have to do some like Googling. Oh, hey Cynthia. You were also, if you're still looking, check it. Is this the same? Surprise! Guess what color I made mine in? But I made one this size, and then I have one that's like this big. But I had to order small zippers because I couldn't find small zippers at Walmart. This was the smallest one they had. So I ordered a bunch off of eBay. And so I had some little tiny ones. So I made the little change purse size. And I was going to show it, but it's not laying here, but it's like this big. But this is using Tina's mosaic purse thingy. Yes, orange and white. But see, all this right here, all this cotton right here is what I bought to make those with. So, yep. Because I bought them to go together. Like I bought, let's see. See, I was going to do one of these. Regina says that the Dallas, Tennessee score is 24-13 Dallas. And then I bought these to make one. So, yeah. Eventually, I'll make more. But, yeah. Or I may make use of those for something else. Who knows? Eden says, no popcorn today, but maybe Nightbot wants some. I figured you were just saying you need some popcorn to listen to the neighbors. They're giving you a show. Okay. So one for each team's players have been taken off the field. That's bad. Bad. Don't like that. Let's see. Passamaquoddy says that Hobie has 8.4 and 8.8 cotton on sale. Ooh, really? Got to stock up before the No Stash 2023. Or, no, it's not No Stash. It's called, help me out, Bridget. I just watched the video again today so that I could remember it. It's not D-Stash, but she's got a hashtag. Bridget's doing a thing. It's basically like you shop your stash. You use what's in your stash to make projects throughout the year of 2023 so that you can use what you've got. So. Thank you, Lisa. She said she loves the yarns I'm showing. Liz says those would be nice little gifts, right? Well, my plan was to make several and to put in a, to put in the craft show that I was going to be doing in the spring. And then the pandemic happened and there were no craft shows. And so they just got put on the back burner. But you start with the zipper. You put the, you do like a stitch around the zipper. And so you start from the zipper and you work down. So you don't have to sew the zipper in at the end because it's already there. Which is nifty. And then you just, so the only thing you do is, stitch up once you finish up your bottom, you stitch it up. Which she didn't do this with hers. I just made my bottom solid. Just because. Saf says they had quite the excitement a bit ago. One of the kittens got herself caught in the hubby's fishing hook. Oh no! She said it was scary. She was yelping her head off. Oh no! I hope she's okay, Sappho. Sappho is fostering some kittens. Said, thank goodness they had clipped her nails, otherwise she would have been right. Oh, poor baby. Thank you, Bridget. It's called Stash Down 2023. So, yes. So, if y'all want to get on that, go check out Bridget's channel. Bridget, if you haven't already, type Buzz, B-U-Z-Z in the chat. That way everybody can go check you out. But it's just something fun to do. I mean, it's not like a requirement or there's nothing. I mean, basically, it's just use your stash. So don't start a blanket. What she was saying is, like, don't start a project with one ball of yarn. Like, I'm not going to start, like, a mosaic project using this cotton here and only have one of the green when I know I'm going to need, like, 18 green and then go out and buy 18 green. No. Like, if I want to use all of this and then I'm missing one, then I can go get one more for it to qualify. And just keep track of how much of your stash that you use. So Stash Down 2023. Because I was thinking of doing one. I was like, de-stash my stash or something like that. But I can just use Bridget's and use her hashtag. And then y'all can go check out what she's doing over there. It's just something fun for all of us to do together. And it doesn't matter. You can be a content creator or you can just be a viewer. It doesn't matter. Everybody can participate. Everybody's saying, oh no, poor kitty. Lisa says we're not that far off from the last day of the year, right? I know. So for the Stash Down 2023, it's to use all of the yarn that you have as of like December 31st. So on January 1st, not make any more. You can still buy new yarn, just don't use that yarn in the Stash Down 2023. Only count what's in your current stash. If you have a stash. I know a lot of people, like Lisa, she doesn't have a big stash. She buys what she needs when she needs it and then uses it, which I used to do that. And then my kids moved out and I had all this extra room. So I just started boop, 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 collecting. Passamaquoddy says I'm on disability, so place orders once a month. Yup. It's the final countdown. All right, so Bridget says, Stash Down, hashtag Stash Down 2023. Made me go buy made her go buy yarn before the end of the year, right? You had no choice. You had to because on January the 1st, no. But you could. You can still buy it because she said that in somebody else's live the other night. You can still buy new yarn. It just doesn't qualify for the Stash Down projects. So that's what I was thinking too, Sappho, that these will be good for craft shows. And I thought it would be good to sell in the spring when it's so hot and people aren't wanting to buy beanies and scarves and whatnot, but I just haven't gotten them made. So, and I'm not sure yet. I haven't made my decision on 2023 if I'm going to do craft shows. If I do, it will probably just be the two main ones that I do in the fall and at Thanksgiving. We have like a shop local one that we do, but I haven't decided. I know I will probably do at least one, but I don't know if I'm going to do all the ones in the spring like I have been doing. They're a lot of work, and there's no guarantee that you're going to make back what you put into it. So, hello, Miss Kivia. How are you doing tonight? Welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in. Everybody's saying hi to Kivia and saying, "Oh, poor kitty." Hey, Connie. I am doing great. How are you doing tonight? Hey, y'all. Connie has got just another stitch. Has got her is it the two-year podiversary on New Year's Eve, and she is doing a giveaway, and I have donated a prize and other people have donated a prize, but she's got some videos up there talking about it over on her channel. Connie, type Buzz BUZZ in the chat so everybody can go check you out. But it's at 12:30 Central. Is that right, Connie? Put the time in the chat too. But it's going to be a giveaway. It's just going to be party at Just Another Stitch. And y'all, she had an amazing live today with Tiffany Hansen. It was really great. You did so good, Connie. I enjoyed it. It was very nice. Everybody's saying hey to everybody. There's Margie dropping her link, so y'all go check out Margie. There's Bridget's link. Okay, so here's Margie's Crafty Corner. Queen's Crafts by Bridget. There's her channel. Y'all go check her out, and you can find all about the Stash 2023. See, y'all, I done forgot it again. Zippity doo up here. Stash Down 2023. I'll get it maybe by the middle of the year. Connie saying hey to everybody. Okay, good deal. Okay, so Sappho said the kitten seems to be doing fine once they got the hook out, and she's back to her playful self, and she put some salt water on it. Good deal, good deal. Passamaquoddy said you could put some Neosporin on it, wrap it so it doesn't get infected. Regina says has no choice but to stitch her stash. Yes, ma'am, Connie. Buzz like a bee. B-U-Z-Z. Look at it, even dropped it down. It just, the buzz being the first word, got it. Sappho says it's just a small hole by where her whiskers are. Oh, so I guess the Neosporin probably wouldn't even last very long there. But let's see. And there's Connie's channel link. Just Another Stitch. And Miss Kivia. Ooh, I don't know if I have or not, Bridget. I saw when you did your, when you posted your video of all the yarns that you had, all the fabric that you had available, but that was a couple of months ago. I don't know if I saw it or not. I'll have to go look again. Let's see. Lisa, yep, she buys it when she needs it. There's Saf Stitched. There's her channel. And y'all, I got to meet Sappho. They were in the States visiting back at the beginning. What was it? November? October? End of October, November, somewhere around there. And yeah, we met up at Joann's. And I've got a video that I still need to finish editing of the other Joann Sappho. You will just be amazed at the difference of the yarn sections. I'm just saying. So the last time I was in there, which was after Thanksgiving, but before Christmas, and I videotaped it, yeah, you'll be amazed. I need to do that this weekend. I'll try to get that edited up this weekend and get it up, because shocking at the difference. I'm telling y'all, this Joann's that we met at is on the other side of Nashville, and from the outside it looked brand new and looked like it was going to be amazeballs, but the aisles were so narrow. I don't think two buggies could have met in one of the yarn aisles, because it was so narrow. And they didn't have a lot of yarn. There wasn't like a lot, like a lot of the Joann's, they have so many aisles of yarn, and this one didn't have that. Kivia says she does too, Lisa. She just buys it when she needs it. Connie said she is working on Bod's Killer Queen shawl. That's a nice shawl. Ray. She was forced to buy it. She didn't have a choice. Lisa says, Kivia, the best way to be. Or if she gets gifted to her. Yep. Right. Yeah, Ray had no choice but to buy that yarn. It was like required. Unless I missed something else. That's what I'm assuming that you're referring to, Miss Ray. Kivia, is it a notions pouch? It was going to be a change purse, but then it was ginormous. So then this is what I kept on my, it could be a notions pouch. But it's where I've got my receipt book and my square reader. And I put my change in here, and I have business cards and just receipts. And this is the people that were beside me at one of the craft shows I did. It's my little catch-all thingy, and I take it with me to my craft shows. So, but yeah, initially that's what I was thinking, notions. Let me look. Let's see. Yep, it's big enough for a crochet hook. And it's big enough for circular knitting needles, but not big enough for straight needles. Tiffany says, Bridget, do you have an Etsy or something like that for your bags? She does not, but you can email her. Or you can go watch her YouTube videos to see what she has available. And she also has Instagram, I believe. If I'm wrong on the Instagram, y'all let me know, but I'm pretty sure she does. I think I follow her on Instagram. Pretty sure. Yep, Kivia says sometimes she wins yarn. Sappho said, I won 2 skeins of yarn at Roman with Rover's bingo game. Paid it forward because hubby would... husband would be told it seriously after coming home with 50 pounds of yarn from vacation. Yes. I went shopping for Sappho, and I had a lot of fun, y'all. I shopped for her when Hobby Lobby had their clearance sale. Yeah, I might have gone a little overboard with my shopping because I bought all kinds of yarn. But it was on clearance. Connie says, I'm sleepy. Cynthia said she just picked her 7 colors of yarn for the All in the Family blanket. I do mine on those type blankets. Like when I did the one it wasn't All in the Family one. What did we decide on your live? The Study of Planet Earth. I did it in neutral colors. Like I did it in a gray, like a taupey color. I think I maybe had black in there and maybe brown. But that way it would all, because that way it would go with everything. But usually if I'm doing it for myself, all the colors. And I've seen some people do it in a solid color, and it's really pretty in a solid too. And then you don't have to worry about changing colors each round. And there's Liz saying I only need 45 more to have 1,000 subscribers. Yep, y'all, I'm at 955. Connie says, yes, her 2-year anniversary is Saturday, December 31st at 12:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. So all you East Coasters, 1:30. Margie, was that 10:30 your time? No. Are you 2 hours or 3 hours, Margie? Either way, 12:30 Central Standard Time. So y'all know where you are in relation to that, so you can calculate it up. Central Mountain, yeah. Passamaquoddy says she spent over $200 on yarn in December. 104 was Bernat Sparkle. Ooh, Sparkle blanket yarn. That's some really pretty yarn. Cynthia said she also enjoyed the live with Connie and Tiffany. And there is Connie's channel link, Just Another Stitch. Lisa said that's good news, Cynthia. Wonder what colors. Right. I'm thinking that there's going to be a purple in that mix. Just saying. Kivia says sometimes she wins yarn, Lisa. Yes, party at Connie's house. Well, Connie, if you were nervous, you didn't show it. But when I saw that she was on there, I was like, that's really cool. Because, I mean, Tiffany's channel is pretty big. So I like when the big channels agree to go on to the smaller channels and be interviewed like that. I think it's really cool. Very, very cool. Lisa said that's cool when you win yarn. There's Miss Regina's dropping her link so y'all can go check out Regina Reed. Connie said, Cynthia, she is glad you enjoyed the live. Eden says hello to everyone she missed. Connie says, we're going to party like it's 1999. Bridget said that it's light yellow with just little honeybees flying around. I'm going to have to go look. I don't know if I watched her video. Was it in the video where you showed all of the fabric that you had left, or is it a newer one, or did I miss one? Saf says it was in November. Yes. Next time we need to do lunch, right? Because we always talk about food, so we definitely need to eat something other than Vegemite. Just saying. Sorry, Lisa. Right? Yeah, like the smaller Michaels that's close to Nashville, hardly any yarn. Yeah, because the Michaels, yeah. Yep. The Michaels in Bellevue is way better than the Michaels in Franklin. But the Joann's in Franklin is way better than the Joann's in Nashville. Anybody in Tennessee area? If you are in or around the Nashville area and you're wondering, do I want to drive to Franklin to Michael's, or if I want to drive to Bellevue, go to Bellevue. If you're wondering about Joann's, go to Franklin. Because you will be very disappointed if you drive all the way. What was it? Hermitage. What's it called? Anyway, don't go on that side of town to go to that Joann's. You'll be disappointed. 100 Oaks Mall. Is that it? That doesn't sound right. Don't go over to that one. The Target there was super nice. Now, I did like the Target. Yep. Connie, did you see this? Passamaquoddy wants to know which cake did you pick for your Queen Bee shawl. Bridget said she's strong-armed Ray into buying the yarn. She'll take it. It's her fault. Sappho says it's like a giant's coin purse, right? Yeah, it's a little big. Kivia said, word on the street is Furls is having a sale right now. Are they? I'm waiting until they get the Odysseys back in stock because that's what I'm wanting. I'm wanting other sizes of the Odyssey, and they've been out of the sizes that I've been wanting. So I'm waiting until they get those back in, which I'm hoping is going to be soon. I wanted it when they were having the good Black Friday sales, but no such luck. They did have some sizes, just not the sizes I wanted or needed. Like they didn't have any J's, they didn't have any G's, H's, I have an I. All I have is an I and a K, and I wanted the other sizes. But I didn't want the big giant ones like they had like the Q's and the big ones, which I guess I could have got those, but that's not the ones that were top priority. So I wanted to wait until they got the other sizes. So I want a J and all those sizes. Yep. Ray says She's going to tell the hubby that too when it all arrives from 3 different places. It's Bridget's fault. Okay, so Bridget says yes, to order her bags, email, Facebook, or Instagram. Okay, so Connie says, Cindy, the purple and black one that you sent. Oh, okay, cool. So you're using Passamaquoddy's yarn. Very cool. So is Passamaquoddy's name Cindy? I will not remember that, but I will try to remember that. Let's see. Tiffany says, oh, okay, thank you. Lisa says, you can do my yarn shopping when you have the specials. Right? Yes. Bridget says, no such thing as overboard when the yarn is on clearance, right? And especially when Hobby Lobby has their clearance. Because, y'all, Hobby Lobby clearance is like the bomb diggity. And yes, look at Sappho saying the same thing. You can't pass it. I mean, their prices are like amazeballs because they just want to get rid of it. They don't. I mean, they do their 30% yarn sales every now and again. Well, I guess every other week. But their clearance sale, yes, they mark it down really well. Bye, Eden. Let's see. Oh, back up here, Connie said that she did post a short showing progress from last week. And Cindy says, awesome. She didn't see it. YouTube's getting funny about that. Sometimes they send the notifications and sometimes they don't. Oh, look. Hi, Aussie Yarny. Hello from Australia. New here. Welcome in. Welcome in. We have a couple of other Aussies in the house tonight. So, Aussie Yarny, what is your name? Or do you want us to just call you Aussie? Everybody's saying goodbye to Eden. Eden. Okay. Margie said, okay, so I was right. I was thinking that was right. I was thinking 2-hour time difference. So Connie's live on this Saturday is 12:30 Central Standard, 10:30 Pacific. Yep. Lisa. Okay, let me think. So 12. It will be early in the morning for you. I had it figured up earlier. So let's see. Hold up. I think it was it 12 plus 5 or 12 plus 5? No. Yeah. So for me, it's 12:30. So it'll be 5:30 in the morning for you, Lisa. So you're going to get up and come to Connie's Live. It's 5:30 a.m. on Sunday morning. Yeah. Connie says Google. Be Google girl, Lisa. Let's see. Congratulations on the nearly 1K. That's my dream. Thank you very much. I can't wait. I'm just patiently waiting. I know I'm going to get there eventually. Connie says, okay, so the shorts don't give notifications. Oh, thank you, Bridget. She said I shared you out. Thank you. I appreciate it. And y'all, Bridget reached 1K this week. Yay! Look at Tiffany. Tiffany's figuring it out too. 5:30 a.m. Sunday. No, I did that. I was thinking about that the other day because I guess it was yesterday. I was like, so she's 17-hour difference. So if I do 12 and then add 5. So like I just, yeah. Bridget says, I believe I put it there, but I can't trust my memory. Right? I'm the same way. Connie says I will go watch them later. Okay. Yeah, I need to go catch up on a lot of people's stuff. Yes. I agree, Sappho. Although my cousin liked it. He liked it a lot. And I sent the rest of the jar home with him because he really liked it. But he was about the only one. Most everybody else was not a fan. Connie said, I lost my train of thought like 3 times on the live, which is more than usual. I find I get brain fog, right? But that's okay. I mean, it happens. I probably would too. That's like beginning of the month, I went up on Rose Likes Crochet. She did a live, and it was her and Craig Fiber Spider and Billy the Crafty Floridian. And she's like, if anybody else wants to come up, so I'm like, yep, I'm gonna come up. So I went up, and I was trying not to be like, too fangirling out, but I mean, I'm beside Craig. I'm like, there's Fiber Spider. And then, like, towards the end of the live, Crystal Bag O' Day came up. And in my mind, I was freaking out. I'm like, I'm on a live. It wasn't my live, but I was on the panel with Crystal. Yeah. So I totally get it. I was freaking out. So I was trying to be cool. Be cool. Yeah. So I get it. Absolutely. Oh, really? Your son lives in Bellevue, Tennessee? Michelle? Really, really, really? So are you around here? Are you also in the Tennessee area? Kivia says she knows that one of the Dollar Trees near her hardly have any yarn. And every time she goes, they don't have the aluminum crochet hooks. Yep. One of ours here sometimes has the aluminum hooks and sometimes has the aluminum knitting needles. And, but very little yarn. And then there's one that's in, one of the ones up in Nashville usually has a really good selection of yarn, which is surprising because I would think they would have less yarn, but yeah. But the ones near me, they don't either. It's just hit or miss. But you can order the yarn on their website, and a lot of them will let you ship it to your store for free shipping. So, but you have to get a huge amount of it. So, yeah, I think it's like one of them's like sometimes you can get 24, I think. But depending on the which yarn it is, some of them are 48. And I'm like, I don't need 48 of the same color ball of little tiny Dollar Tree yarn. But my local, the one I go to, he told me, or the manager there, she told me that if I ordered it and it came in and I only needed, say, 10, I could return the others to the store. They won't give me cash back, but I'll get store credit. So if there's something else that you needed to buy at Dollar Tree, they would give you, I don't know if it's like, I think it's actually on a gift card, but you could get store credit. So that may be something to check into if that's, if that's within your budget to do. If you're going to be going there and shopping anyway, but ask the manager of your local store first. Don't just do it and then go in there, because it's manager, from my understanding, it's up to the manager if they will let you return stuff that you purchased from them online. So Connie says she is also going to be showing the shawl progress on Tuesday. Cool. Sappho says she wants to try the Odyssey because she prefers metal to the plastic or resin. Yep. So that was me. I mean, I have a resin hook pearls, and they are very slippery, and they take a little bit to get used to, but I prefer the aluminum as well. I prefer the metal. It's just my preference, and it is weighty, so it does take a little getting used to, but I really like it, and I find that my tension is more accurate as far as what it should be when I crochet with the Odyssey. Because when I'm using my resin or my plastic hooks, or even my, even my little regular aluminum hooks that aren't weighted, I crochet very tight. So Regina says she wants a J 6mm. Me too. Aussie Yarny says she only likes boy. Crystal is an enabler. Yep. And she admits it. Kivia says she wants to win a Furl Odyssey hook. Yeah, me too. I've tried to win them, but I always wait until they have I try to wait until they have a sale. Like when they came out with the orange one. Let's see. Let me see if it's laying here. Yep. Nope. This one. When they came out with their, I don't even remember what color, sienna maybe. When they came out with this one, it's like a burnt orange Odyssey. When they came out with it, they had a sale. So this one's an I. The only thing I don't like is it's got the little sticker on the bottom, and if it comes off, you know, you won't know what size it is. Of course, I don't know because I only have one. It's an I in this color. So, but they were on sale, and that's the only reason I bought it. Because I didn't want to spend $36 on a crochet hook. Now, the first time I bought them was at Valentine's Day last year, and they had a Valentine's Day sale, and I think it was like 30% off site-wide plus free shipping, and so, yep. Kivia says, so do I. So you also like the boys, and boy is what I had always used. That's what I was taught to crochet on. I was taught to crochet on just a straight old, just a regular old aluminum crochet hook, and it was a boy size J. That's what I learned how to crochet with. And then it wasn't until I was an adult that I even knew they made other sizes, because my grandmother used the little teeny tiny hooks, the little for thread, crochet thread. So I knew they came in that size and J, and I thought that was it too. One for regular yarn, one for thread. So it wasn't until I was an adult that I knew. So live and learn. And it wasn't until I started making wearables that I realized that my tension was super duper tight, because I made a hat for my son's best friend who was in high school. And he wanted a specific hat with the ear flaps, and I'd never made one. So I found a pattern and I made it. And I was like, as I'm making it, I'm like, there's no way this is going to fit his head. There is no way this is going to stretch and fit his head. So my niece at the time was like 2. So she got his hat, and I'm like, yeah, I crochet super tight apparently. So, because I didn't do a gauge swap, I just read the pattern and did it like it said, stitch to stitch. So I had to make another one, but I figured it out. So that's how I knew I crocheted tight. So let's see here. Sappho says she also tries to win an Odyssey. Not yet. Yep. Same. Regina says she's never had a Hobby Lobby clearance sale. Yes, Regina. You may need therapy. And if you ever have the chance to go when they have it, amazing. Cindy said, yep, she gifted Connie a couple of cotton king cakes from Hobie a while back. And she does so much for the yarny community. She just wanted to show her appreciation. Oh, that is so sweet. I will have to go check out that video too. I am so far behind on all my videos. Hey, there's Soy Mouse. Hey, Carrie, how are you doing? Aussie Yarny says her name is Kirsty, but her channel is Aussie Yarny for obvious reasons. Gotcha. Okay, Kirsty, I will try to remember that. Y'all, one of these days I'm going to remember to bring my cheat sheet notebook in here, or I'm just going to have to grab one of the ones that's handy dandy to me and just start a new one. Because I have like a cheat sheet where I have like channel names and what the real names are, so I can try to remember. But I also go back and watch my live so I can try to remember it. But yep, some of them not so great at it, but I will try to remember. Let's see. Sappho says, Regina, just find someone to shop the Hobby Lobby clearance like you did. Yep. Connie says, Cindy, that yarn is gorgeous. So, Regina, is there a Hobby Lobby anywhere near you or no? Or is there just like not a Hobby Lobby in your area at all? Regina says she has never heard of an Odyssey giveaway. You just have to watch different channels, and they will sometimes do giveaways. Like I know, do you follow Ola Jo, Andrea at the crochet? Ola Jo, the crocheting sailor. I almost said soldier. But if you watch Ola Jo, she does giveaways ever so often because she's an affiliate. But she'll do links, and sometimes Granny D gives them away. You just have to watch for them. Just different content creators. And sometimes furls themselves will give them away. Yep. Carrie dropping some emojis. Lisa says she will be in bed for that party because it will be New Year's Day. Yes. Well, you never know, Lisa. I mean, it'll be your New Year's Day morning, right? So you might still be up partying. Just saying. You never know. On my New Year's Day morning at 5:30, I will also probably be in bed asleep. Connie says shorts have a reel. Oh, look, Saf dropping Kirsty's channel. Yes, and also yarning, Kirsty, if you will, you can also drop your own link by typing the word buzz, B-U-Z-Z, in the chat, and that's for anybody. If you want to share out your channel and you want to try to get let everybody come visit your channel, buzz like a bee, B-U-Z-Z, in the chat, and then Nightbot will drop your channel link. That's the only thing I've got Nightbot currently set up for because that's just all I've taken the time to learn how to do. Everybody's congratulating Bridget. I'm way behind in the chat again. Congratulating her for getting her 1K. Carrie says she got a TikTok. I saw that. I saw you had gotten one. Let's see. Regina saying, yep, she knows what she's talking about, Kivia, because she's never seen an Odyssey giveaway. Yep. And sometimes they just toss them in. Connie says she always has to look up time zones. Yep. Sappho saying the same thing. Just some YouTubers do giveaways with their furls. Oh, look. Kivia left something at your door. Oh, see? So if anybody doesn't know, if anybody says they've tossed yarn or threw yarn in your window or left something at your door, that means they've subscribed to your channel. Regina's saying yes for the furls hook. She's never seen a giveaway for the furls. Yep. Then Kivia saying the same thing. Check out Ola Jo. Let's see. Connie said Bod popped up in her live chat twice, freaking out. I would too. Yes, because Rose even said, she was like, oh, Crystal, do you know everybody on the panel? She's like, oh, yeah, I know everybody. In my mind, I was like, what? Uh-huh. Do uh-huh? You know me? Yeah. Yeah, I was freaking out in my mind. I was trying to be cool on the outside. Inside, freaking out. But yeah, if she popped into my chat here and said, howdy do, how's it going? Yeah, I would freak out. Not gonna lie. I would probably, what? For Michelle, he lives in Tennessee, but she is in Northwest Indiana. Gotcha. Hey, Joy, welcome in. How are you doing tonight? Connie says, I would freak out if I was on the same panel as Bod. Yes. And it was just, I mean, it was just one of those things. I was sitting here, I was working on a project. I was making a hat. And I was like, and Rose was like, hey, if anybody wants to come up on the panel, I'll, send me an email and I'll send you the link. And I'm like, I was sitting here, I was like, oh, what the heck? You know, why not? I can do it. And if it wasn't for Connie and Cynthia, I would have never had the courage to start doing lives, much less go up on Rose's live. So, yeah, it was a lot of fun, though. It was fun. And Russ, Russ from, what's his channel? It's Rain and Yarn. Is that it, Russell? Yeah. He was on there. He was up there for a little while, and yeah, it was fun though. We had a good time. We had fun. Everybody's saying hi to Joy. Sappho said, "Yep." She thinks that he. I would. Yep. I would. Most definitely, if she popped up into the chat, be like, "What? Really, Connie? That's cool." She's like, Bod shouted her out last year on her community page. That's awesome. Awesome. Right? She said the amazing thing with Bod is she's so humble and doesn't consider herself a yarny celebrity like we do. Right? She is so, she's just so down to earth. She's, yeah. Yes. Yep, the Sienna Odyssey. Yes. I thought it was, in my mind, that's what it was called, but I couldn't really remember. Ray said she uses clear, she doesn't say clear, but I'm assuming clear nail polish on the sticker and it will keep it there longer. Oh, look it. Clear. Aha. Let's see. Connie says, Aussie Yarn, really most of the larger content creators are really nice. She's had Selena Baca, Creative Grandma Seta, and now Tiffany Hansen on her lives, and they were all really nice. I know, and I missed part of your one with Seta. I don't know what I was doing when you had her on there. I saw you were going to have her on there, and I need to go back and catch the replay because I really love Seta. I love her channel. She's just super sweet, or she seems super sweet anyway. Yeah. So that's cool. But yeah, I thought Tiffany was very, it was cool. I enjoyed it. I really did. Carrie said she got books for Christmas. Awesome. Kirsty says apparently back in ancient times they only used some sort of wire, and she also knits and crochets tight. Yeah. And I had to learn how to knit tighter because, and I found myself personally, I found that the way I held my yarn was what was causing me, because I was trying to do it like I was initially taught by my aunt when I was like little, which was to hold the yarn in my right hand, throw it with my right hand, and my yarn, it would go like this. So when I went back in as an adult or as I got older and remembered how she taught me how to do that, I was a lot more proficient at crochet, and I held the yarn with my left hand. So when I remembered how she was teaching me to knit, I just got to where I would instinctively hold the yarn in my left hand, and it made it so much easier for me to keep my knitting project tight. So I hold it with my left hand. So let's see. Bryn Michelle says, I like boy hooks. She won a Furls on Ola Joe's live. She won the Sagittarius one, and she can't wait till she gets it to try it out. Awesome. She says, very true, Connie. Carrie says she is good. And Kirstie Alley, right? That might help. Yep. It's just remembering that this is the name that goes with Kirstie. That's the same. And remembering that Aussie Yarny is Kirstie. That's the thing. Kivia says she loves her boy hooks. Passamaquoddy says, I usually buy all my yarn online as she is homebound. Once in a while, her daughter will take her to job lots or Michael's in the city. Awesome. Not awesome that you're homebound, but awesome that your daughter comes and takes you to the store sometimes. Very cool, very cool. Regina Reed says, you have a Hobby Lobby but no funds. So when I'm buying that's how, I guess it was last year, maybe. That's how I got most of my stash, was the clearance sale. I waited until then because I saved up my money, and then I went to the Hobby Lobby clearance sale. And so that's how I started building up my stash. And check your Facebook groups. Like if you're your Facebook Marketplace, I bought I think I did unboxing. I think it was 2 huge garbage bags full of yarn from a lady that lived one town over. So, I mean, I met her. I say one town over. It's like a 15-minute drive. And I met her in a very public place because you never know. So I met her at the Cracker Barrel parking lot. And, but yeah, I paid $50 for 2 garbage bags full of yarn. And the majority of it was Hobby Lobby. But it was brand spanking new. And so there was over 100 skeins of yarn. So I paid like 50 cents a skein. But yeah, so check that out. I mean, those, actually my friend found that for me and she sent me this. She's like, hey, check this out. I was like, what? So I messaged fully expecting her to be like, sorry, no, it's already sold. Because that's how it usually goes. But she still had it. So I was like, yes, please, I'll take that. So, yep. Joyce said, perfectly happy with Boy and Susan Bates. However, she does like a rubber handle on thread size hooks. Yeah, me too. And we were talking about this in somebody else's live the other night. And I had totally forgotten about it. Or about the fact that you can do this. Okay, so I guess Susan Bates sells grippies that can go on these smaller hooks. But if you have a larger hook like these and you want a grippy, you can buy the little grips that you can get to go on a pencil in the office supply aisle. The little grippies that you can put on your pencils that help keep you from getting that little indentation on your finger. But they work good on the crochet hooks if you want to add a grip to it. Yeah, but the thread size hooks, my grandmother loved working with thread. That was like her favorite thing. She made bedspreads and tablecloths and I mean just gorgeous, gorgeous work and like doilies and all kinds of stuff. And that was her favorite thing to work with, was the thread. So when she passed away, I inherited all of her thread. And I've made a few things. I made a few like filet crochets, like with people's names in them and stuff. And I made some doilies and some other smaller projects, but I have not tried to tackle a bedspread or a tablecloth out of thread because that will take me forever. Right now, I do have a small project going with, and it's not even the thread. It's like a one-weight yarn. And I was making curtains. And they're taking me forever. But it's because I don't like working with the little tiny hooks. That's the other reason I wanted to get the Furls Odysseys in the smaller sizes, because I'm wondering if that will give me enough weight to where I might work with the smaller weight yarns easier. So let's see. Lisa says, nope, I will for sure be in bed. Zach says he is working New Year's Eve and day. Oh, sorry, Zach. That's a bummer. Lisa says, bye for now, chat. You all later. Happy New Year to you all. Bye, Lisa. Happy New Year to you. If you are still here, question for you. Are you going live? Are you doing your live this weekend? I know you did not do it because it was Christmas Day for you, but will you be doing your live this weekend? And if so, drop it in the chat for us. Everybody is telling her bye. You are welcome. Let's see. Everybody's saying Happy New Year. Saying goodbye to Lisa. Thanking Kivia. There is Kivia's channel. Right? Yes, she does, Connie. She's saying that Bod lurks. She does, because I've heard her say that. She says she goes to a lot of people's lives and she listens while she's doing her stuff. So, yeah. There's Margie saying she threw some yarn in your window. Kirsty. Tiffany said she's still a chicken when it comes to accepting invitations to pop up on lives. I was too. And the first time I went up on a live, like I had like worked up the nerve. Like, I'm like, okay, Cynthia says, you know, every Thursday she invites people up on her live. So like all week, I'm going to do it. And then like, I was like, I thought I was going to throw up before I went up on her live. And I went up like, hi. And then I just sat there. I was like, oh my gosh. And I didn't know how to end it or anything. So, and then, because I went up on hers so I could shake off the nerves, because then I went up on Connie's and I was a complete disaster on Connie's. And then my computer was doing crazy stuff and somebody was trying to hack my computer and I was trying to get up on Connie's live. It was a whole thing, but I made it through it. And then like 4 months later, I tried to do my own live, or I did my first live, and I did it at like 1 o'clock in the morning when I didn't think anybody would be awake. Or not a lot of people locally would be awake. And Liz was there and somebody else was there. I need to go back and watch my live to see who else was there. But I know Liz was there and she was helping me learn how to do StreamYard. So, and then I think 4 months after that, I was like, okay, I'm going to start doing lives. So I started doing my own, but I did go up on Connie's again. And I did go up on, and I've gone up on Cynthia several times before I went on and did my own live. But Tiffany, if ever you want to come up, even if you want to come up just for 5 minutes, 2 minutes, or just pop up long enough to be like, hey, I did it, and then go back down, you are more than welcome. I always post the link. So you are welcome to pop up and stay as long or as short as you would like. Kivia said she was thinking about saving money for crochet hooks in the new year. Yep. Save it up and then just put a little bit aside. And then when, you know, if you want to buy the crochet hooks, or put a little bit aside. And then when Hobby Lobby has their big sale, then you've got that money and you know how much you can go spend. And Connie said that Seta has been on 2 or 3 times. Oh, that's awesome. Awesome. Granny D said, yes, Connie, you did a great job today on your live. I agree. Awesome. Quaddy says, I miss so many lives because I don't get notifications, right? And part of that is YouTube, and part of it is, I think if you don't schedule the live anymore, they aren't, because used to when somebody would go live, if I had it set up for all notifications, I would get the notification. But like for Cynthia's today, I'm pretty sure I have her set up for all notifications, but it didn't tell me that she had gone live. Now it told me that she had posted 3 videos, but it didn't tell me about her live. But so I don't know. That's one reason I've tried to set, because I was just going to do random lives, just whenever I felt like going live, I was just going to do it. But I decided that if I set up a set time, so Thursday nights, 9 p.m. Central, if I go live at that time every week, then people maybe would just come hang out for a while. So that's how I've been doing it. But that way, if people don't get the notifications and that, then hopefully they'll know to come check me out or come see if I'm live. Because that's what I did with Cynthia's. I was like, Cynthia should be live. So I went to check it out, and she was. But she didn't set up the reminder or schedule it. But I don't think, Grady D, if you're still in the chat, do you schedule yours? Because I usually get a notification for you. And maybe it's when you go live through StreamYard if you don't do a note. I don't know. I don't know what the magic formula is, but I always get my notifications for Granny D's when she goes live. And I usually get it for Connie, but Connie usually schedules hers out. So I don't know. I don't know if that has anything to do with it or not. No clue. But if you have somebody that you follow and you want to get notified, when you click on the notifications bell, there's like another little drop down beside it. And when you click on it, it'll say selected or modified, or I forget what the word is, personalized, I think. And then YouTube will only notify you when they post certain videos. I don't know how they figure out, I guess it's based on whatever you watch. But then underneath that, it'll say all. And if you click all, you should get notified anytime they post a video at all. Should. But like I said, I didn't get a notification tonight that Cynthia went live, but I usually do. I usually get all of her notifications. So everybody's saying howdy-do to Miss Granny D. But yeah, but that could be it, because I'm subscribed to a lot of people, but I don't get all the notifications. And I think it's because I did not know at the beginning that I needed to select all for their notifications. So the ones that I do, the ones that I watch the most, I went back and have added all. So like for Connie and Granny D and Cynthia and Sappho, I've gone back and I've made sure, and Zach, I've gone through and I made sure that I have all marked so that I get notified when they post stuff. Kirsty says she wishes she could knit continental, but she just can't wrap her head around on how to do it. You said you knit and you crochet. So when I knit, I hold my yarn the same way that I crochet. I have got a short video. It's not like a tutorial on how to knit, but it's just a video of me knitting so that you can see how I hold the yarn. But it's on my channel. I knit, I guess continental is the way I do it, because I didn't even know it had a name. I just thought I was a weirdo. And my cousin Brandy was like, you probably could knit continental. And so I went and Googled and see what that meant. And I was like, I texted her back. I'm like, oh, hey, guess what? Yeah, I knit continental. Yeah, but I have a video on how I do it. I keep doing it with this hand because that's the hand to hold the yarn in. I hold it with my left hand. But yeah, it's just a short video. I put it up maybe a month or two ago. Because we were talking about it on a live one night. So I just did up a video so that I could show how I do it. And I think the name of the video is just called This Is How I Knit. But that's, yeah, I knit continental. I don't know that it will help you any, but maybe. But maybe if you watch it, you'll see, since you already know how to knit, that's, yeah. And same to you, Miss Granny D. You could check it out. But you've been knitting for so long, it might, you're probably used to throwing it with your right. I just can't do that. It's just, I can, but I can't hold my, it's like when I'm holding my yarn tight, then I have to drop it to throw it and then getting it back tight again. It's just, I don't know. When I'm holding it in my left hand, I don't have to, I hold my tension this way. So when I'm working with my right hand to do the knitting, my yarn stays tight. I don't know. Like I said, thought I was a weirdo until I found out that it's really a thing. There's actually a name for it. And it's not weirdo. It's knitting continental. Lydia says, everyone needs a grip on crochet hooks, pencils, pins. She can make them and sell. Oh, okay, cool. So do you do that, you make the little grippies? That's cool. That's cool. Granny D says she'll be right back. She hopes. Yeah. And I've been wanting to, I bought the clay. I just haven't done it to where I can make like the clay handles on the hooks, like this. This is my first set of Susan Bates hooks, and I got these from Sharon. I want to give away on hers. And I don't think I'm pretty sure I've never used a Susan Bates until she sent me these. So that's what I was using to make my little glovies. But, yeah. But, because usually the boys look basically the same. I think the tops of them are a bit different. But I was thinking about getting some boy hooks like this and doing the clay, making like clay handles. Like I said, I bought the clay. I just haven't done it. Haven't done it. Ray says it will totally make it easier. Regina says, are the smaller Odysseys cheaper than 36? Nope. I don't think so. I think they're all the same price. But like I said, I usually wait till I find them on sale. And if you Google, like sometimes you can find them, like I check eBay because sometimes people are just selling them to get rid of them. But a lot of times the ones on eBay are, it's from a UK seller and they're like $58. And I don't want to pay more. Plus then shipping. But, so yeah. But sometimes you can find them on places like that. So I look for them wherever I can to see if I can find them. So far, not so much. Cynthia says she is back. Mr. Jolfer helped her put something together and she'll be showing a video as soon as it is a new addition to the studio. Yay! Kirsty says, I don't do lives yet. Not sure if I should. Have a great new year. Well, you know, that was me. I wasn't sure if I wanted to start doing them. And then I had told myself, you know what? Come the beginning of the year, I was going to do it. I was going to add it to my 2023 calendar. And then back in October, I don't know what made me now decide to do it. But I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and just do it. It's like, I'm just going to jump in. And I'm glad I did because I've met a lot of new people. And because for this past year, I've been hanging out in other people's live chats and stuff, and I've really gotten to meet a lot of the other YouTubers and subscribers, and yeah, so yep, same thing, Bronx girl, same, yep, because I have certain ones that I watch religiously that I like, because I mean, and you get to know the content creators, you get to know the other people in the chat, and make new friends. Tiffany says, ooh, Cynthia, I can't wait to see it. Hey, Bears Crochet Critters. How are you doing? Sappho said she was so nervous joining Melissa's live, and it was hilarious. Yes, if y'all missed that, Sappho went up on Crochet in Agreements live, and I missed it, but I went back to watch it because Sappho told me about it. When she came in, like, her phone was turned like, okay, so like when you go live, like if your phone is this the way and you turn it, a lot of times if you hit start before it has time to format, when Saf came on, she was sideways. So it was pretty funny. She's like, what's going on? Anyway, yeah, it was funny. But I mean, you just got to shake the nerves off and just go with it. Connie says, Pam, you did good on my live. Yeah, well, girl, I was a nervous wreck. I was nervous. Yep. I was. Everybody's saying hi. So Bears Crochet Critters must be Brenda. I don't know if I will remember that, but I will try. Need to make myself a note. Bring a notebook. Write it all down. So when I'm watching this back, when I'm watching my live back, I will be like, get a notebook, write it all down. That's my reminder to myself. Margie says she always schedules hers ahead of time. Connie said she scheduled her lives and goes live from StreamYard. And that's what I've been doing. I've been going live from StreamYard. Because I can show this kind of stuff. I can show the chat. So that's why I've been using StreamYard. And I can have people up on the panel. And if you go live straight through YouTube, you can't have people up on the panel. So Connie said, but she's also had people tell her they didn't get the notifications. YT is just a little glitchy sometimes. Yep. Granny D says she wished she had learned to knit continental style instead of being an English thrower. Well, I mean, my aunt taught me to be a thrower. Whoop. But it just didn't stick. So. Bridget says she is the same way when she crochets. She's a continental knitter. Throwing the yarn was just too complicated and so mean. Right? Grady D says, right, I tried it. Old dog and all that, right? Old dog, new tricks. Yep. Ray says, I don't know how to knit. I do it though, kinda. Bridget says, I knit the same way I crochet, not knit. I got what you were saying. You knit and crochet the same. Yeah. Lydia says that the grips that she makes are made out of rubber bands. Well, that's cool. Granny D says, play with that clay. She did a little bit and it was fun. I need to because I bought it because my channel is BeeCreative. So my plan was to incorporate all crafts that I enjoy doing. I wanted to try new crafts that I'd never done before. And I do have a lot of that on my channel. But honestly, 2022, I have been primarily focused on the yarny fiber. And so I do need to add a few more other things. I've added a couple of things in here and there this year, but I need to sit down and like make myself follow, not necessarily follow like a schedule, but I need to say, okay, I need to do at least one non-yarny thing a month or something and do it. Yep. But that hasn't happened. And I really haven't put a whole lot of tutorials up this year, or at least I don't think I have. I haven't recently anyway. I do need to do that. Like, I guess my like year-end review on myself. I don't think I'm going to do like a video, like a year-end review, but I need to go back and look at all my videos from this year and see what I've done and see what I need to do because I have a list, and doing a cross-stitch tutorial was on my list, and that hasn't happened because like when I started my channel, I was equally as fond of cross stitch as crochet, and I haven't cross stitched in a long time. So I need to do that to show people how to do that. Everybody's saying howdy do. Cynthia says, I'm so glad you came up, and now I'm so glad you're doing live. Thank you, Cynthia. Connie said she still gets nervous going live. I'm not as bad. Now, the first time I went live solo, like on that Thursday when I said I was going to do it, and let y'all in on a little secret. Okay, so I went up on Cynthia's live, and I told everybody that I was going to go live. That way, I could not chicken out because I had been saying to myself, I'm going to go live tonight after Cynthia's. And then I wouldn't. I'd be like, nah, I'm going to stay here on the couch. And then the next week, I'd be like, I'm going to go live. And then I wouldn't. And so I went up on Cynthia's and I'm like, hey, y'all, I'm going live tonight. Because then I couldn't chicken out because I'd already told people that I was going live. And so that's how I really got started doing it on Thursday nights and sticking with it, is because I put it out there and I said, hey, I'm going to go live. So, Brenda Bear. Granny D says she was just about to type that. See, when she said Brenda, the first thing that popped in my head was Brenda Bear. Chris Gladys said, my name makes remembering easy. Chris, it's in the title. I hope. I hope that's your name because that's what I've been calling you. See, everybody calls me B, and that's fine. I know they're talking to me. Exactly. That's what I was going to say. You can't tell it, Connie. You don't seem nervous. Even today, I don't think you seem nervous. I mean, you said you kept getting off for losing your train of thought. I do that all the time. That's just me. I just do. I do that when I'm like just in everyday talking to people. Good night, Sappho. Have a good night. Thank thank you for popping in and saying howdy-do and hanging out with us. Everybody telling her good night. Connie says she also struggles with large panels. You get more shy. Well, like if you're up on the panel, that kind of large panel, it depends. Like on the one we were talking about earlier on roses, I kind of sat there quietly. But that's because there were so many people in the chat, so many people I did not know. And I didn't know any. I mean, I knew who the people on the panel were, but they didn't have a clue who I was. So that made it a little different. But so Tiffany says, no, Connie, you really can't. You do a great job on your lives. I'm like a deer in the headlights when the camera comes on. Part of the reason I haven't put any videos up lately, hoping to change that. Yes. And see, a lot of my for earlier videos, I did a lot of editing. And I didn't have an editing software. So like I would start my video and I would have to remember like all my lines, almost like I was acting. But I didn't have my face on there. I just did my hands. And like I would get almost done and then I would misspeak. And so then I would be like, ugh. So I would start it all over again. Now I would probably just be like, okay, that's not what I meant. And then I would just do it again and not worry about editing that part out. But sometimes I still do. And that's the thing with lives. There's no editing it out. What I say is what you get. Tiffany says, hoping to change that in the new year. And Tiffany, like I said, if you ever want to pop up on the panel just to get used to it, pop on up. Ray says, try spinning. One of us. Cynthia says she usually does her lives okay. I just wonder if it has to do with the difference between going live in YouTube versus going live in StreamYard. Because I usually get all of my notifications for Granny D, and she just goes live straight through YT. But I don't know. Granny D says she used to cross stitch and she wished she kept that up instead of getting all this yarn. Yeah, well, I have a lot of yarn and a lot of DMC floss, so actually, but the thing is, the floss, you know, you can put it on them little teeny tiny bobbins and put them in a little container, and they don't take up nearly the amount of space as all this yarn. Kirsty says, spinning is fantastic once you get it. I'm not an expert, but I already love it. Margie says she's going to go. She's about to fall asleep. Good night, everyone. Happy New Year if you don't see us before then. Well, if you are still here and you have not left us yet, good night. Ray says going live gives panic attack. Like, seriously, like, I was, like, I didn't have a panic attack, but, I mean, I was, like, freaking out. But it has gotten easier. It has. It has. I'm still a little apprehensive going up on other people's lives, but I still do it. Because it's fun. It's fun once you get in there and get up there and just hang out. And especially if it's somebody that you know. And then you can, like, really just hang out and chit-chat. And it's just fun. Everybody's saying thank you. Telling Margie good night. Brenda says, I used to crochet much more than I do now. English or throwing gave my left hand a break from tension. Throwing the yarn crochet. Now I struggle to continental because I got used to throwing. Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah. I don't even know that I can throw it if I tried. Because, I mean, it's just not natural for me to hold the yarn in my right hand. It's just... And you would think, because I do everything right-handed, you would think, but I think it's just because I'm so used to tensioning the yarn with my left hand that that's just what's natural for me. And yeah. Everybody again saying goodnight to Margie and Happy New Year. Ray says, just think of all those little needles that you could lose everywhere, though, right? TR. Hey, remember me? I do. How are you? How are you doing? You got it, man. Everybody saying high five. Connie says it was a little more nerve-wracking when she first started going live. She went live by herself on her own channel for the first time. Luckily, Ursula and Dana were asking lots of questions. Oh, that's cool. That is cool. Yeah, like I said, my first live on my channel was like super late at night when I was like, oh, everybody will be asleep. Like I said, Liz was there, and really I just went live so that I could get used to StreamYard. And so I was like clicking all the buttons in StreamYard to see what this did and that did. And then by the time I went live again the next time, I'd already forgotten all that. So it was like starting it all over again. But it was fine. Everybody's saying here. Hey. Regina says, I'm just no good at small talk. Well, I'm pretty good at talking, but yeah, and having people in the chat helps a lot too, because they're asking you questions and stuff. So like if there's not a lot of people in the chat, it might be a little different, but yeah. But hope, it's you'd get used to it, I think. And and you may go live and it may not be for you, but if you try it and you don't like it, then you don't have to do it again. And Ray says, you do an amazing job, Connie. Yes, Connie, you do. Amy says, hello, Pam and everyone in the chat. Hey, Amy, how are you doing tonight? TR says, I love being on the panel, but too shy to talk. Hey, and that's cool too if you just want to come up and sit in the chat and crochet or knit. And then if somebody says something and you want to pop in with an answer or whatever, you can. Or if you just want to come up and just be there, and you can do that. Connie says, I find it harder to talk on large panel. Try not to talk over people. Yes, I agree. If you have too many people. Yeah. I see what you're saying. Yep. Agree. Brenda says, yes, we need more spinners. Everybody's saying howdy do. Granny D says, yep, she used to have her floss organized in one little container. I have two. I have two little containers, but they're the little containers. I think I got them at Walmart with the little plastic bobbins. I think the first bobbins I bought were made out of cardboard. Yep, I got all that in there. Yep. I even have a cross-stitch pattern maker. And now that's why my cross-stitch pattern maker is what I use to create my graphkins when I make my own up. Amy saying howdy do to everybody. TR saying she's learning how to loom knit. That's right. Connie says, I need to make a video for the cross-stitching kits I got. I was going to make the video today, but couldn't find one of the kits. I know I had everything together. And I did do that. I have shown. And after I showed the video, when I got all the cross-stitch kits, like my plan was within the next couple of weeks was to do a video showing people how to cross-stitch. So like once you went and bought your kit, I was going to do a tutorial so I could walk you through learning how to cross-stitch. But I didn't want to show the patterns of the kits because, they are purchased. So then I'm like, okay, I don't want to share a pattern that somebody else, just copyright and all that kind of good jazz without first getting permission. So my plan was to create a pattern in my pattern maker and print it out, because then it's mine and I can share it and it's not a big deal. But then it was trying to figure out what to do. But I wanted it to be small enough to where I could show you how to read the pattern, but small enough to where I could actually stitch it on camera and not be like 8 hours long. So, yep. Tara says, I'm good. I'm good. I'm doing good. Connie says they looked for hours and Frank found it. We both know it wasn't there for. It's those aliens. It's your yarny aliens, Connie. They snagged it and then they giggled when you looked and it wasn't there, and then they snuck it back. And so when Frank found it, the little aliens were laughing at you. They put it back. TR says, I want to learn how to post something on my channel. And then says, I'm just too shy. Well, what I did on mine, my very first video, pretty sure does not show my face. Pretty sure it's just my hands. And I didn't have any fancy equipment. I did it on with my cell phone. And I have like a shelf. And then I put my phone down, and then I put a book on top of my phone to keep my phone from flopping over because I didn't have anything to hold my phone. But I went ahead and then I hit record, and then I put my hands down there, and then I just did my video. And then I got to where I would write out, like, because the first video took me all day. Because like I said, I kept messing up and starting over, messing up and starting over. So then I got to where I wrote down what I wanted to say. So I had my notebook just off screen because nobody could see my face. And then I had my hands here. And so I'm doing what I was doing, and I'm reading. I'm reading off my script. So that way, I recorded it up first on my phone, and then I just uploaded it to my channel. Because I started my channel right after I started BeeCreative Crafts. I went ahead and started my YouTube channel, I do believe. But I didn't start putting content on it. But I had a blog because I still have my blog. I just haven't posted anything on my website. I have a blog on my website. But I started doing that, and my blog readers were encouraging me to put stuff on YouTube to go along with the blog. Like, because I would do pictures and talk about how I did stuff in the blog. But then they were like, if you had a video to go along with it, it would make it easier. So they're the ones that really encouraged me to start putting stuff on YouTube. So I think I did my blog for maybe a year or two before I started doing anything on YouTube. And I take that back. My very first YouTube video was a little short snippet that went along with the blog. It was, I didn't even say anything in it. I did, it's a chainsaw art, and my son actually recorded it. And so it just was a short little snippet of this amazing, huge, it's the Drogon from Game of Thrones. Like, he carved this big, huge dragon with a chainsaw. And I think it's like 13 seconds long, maybe. And I posted it, and it went with my blog. And so that's the first video. And then my first official tutorial video was just my hands. Yep, that's Tiny. I may have to let him in here in a little bit. He's been getting a lot of extra loving. I don't know if anybody was here last week, and I told y'all my other cat had started turning yellow. Charlie, my little fat cat. Well, he had been sick for about a month, and he did not make it. So, a little fat Char. But anyway, so Tiny's been getting a lot of extra lovins, and he was in here earlier. I let him in here. He was in here, but he was climbing all over everything, and he's been in here a lot. Charlie passed away on Christmas Day, so Tiny has been allowed in the craft room a lot. So he's pulled all the yarn off the shelves, and I've put the yarn back on the shelves, and he's pulled all the yarn back off the shelves. It's been a game, and he's had a great time. So he's been getting a lot of spoiling. So I may have to go open the door for him because he's gotten used to being in here. Like, he went out right before I came up on my live. Like, when I was watching Cynthia's, he was in here, but then he went out. So I was like, I'll close the door before I go live, because he went to eat and do all his little fun stuff. So Brenda says, weird, Connie. Maybe it was the alien immigrant. It was the alien invasion. Everybody's saying howdy do to the kitty cat. Yeah, I'll go let him in here in just a minute. Regina says if I get up too fast, I can be a spinner. Yep. Amy says that Sunflower Ashley sometimes gives fur away on random chats. Yes, she does. You're right, Amy. Because I've seen her, she's done that a couple of times on Granny D's channel. She'll just be like, hey, I'm going to give away a fur. And maybe Melissa, is it Melissa Crochets with Love, maybe? Does she go over there? There's another channel I've seen Ashley on where she's done that. Yes, exactly, Ray. Ashley is so sweet and she could use some good prayer vibes. Yes, absolutely. Hey, Cuppy! She says, her here lurking while getting ready for bed. I'm not used to being up this late. I'm usually up this late every night. I shouldn't be because, but I usually am. Yeah. Yeah, my little sweet Char. I'm at the bottom of the chat. Yeah, he was so sweet, but they had tested him for everything. They tested him for feline leukemia. They tested him for some sort of type of AIDS that only cats get. So it was, he had an appointment that was supposed to be this week. And they were going to test him for cancer. So if it was cancer, or either way, I'm glad that he did not suffer for long because he's only been sick. Like he stopped eating, or he slowed down how much he was eating. And then he got to where he wasn't eating at all and he turned yellow. Like that all happened within like just a couple of days. Well, it seemed like a very short amount of time. Like I noticed he wasn't eating as much. And then over the weekend, I noticed he was yellow and I took him to the vet that following Tuesday. And yeah, it was very quick. So I suppose I'm glad he didn't suffer. But he would have been 8 in March. But he was a sweet, sweet kitty cat. I'm just glad he didn't suffer. He didn't suffer for a long period of time, I guess I should say. But yeah, I am going to pause my cam here and I'm going to go let Tiny in because he's sitting at the door. So y'all can look at my little emoji thingy here. And I'm going to slide the table back. Take this off of here. But y'all are right. Sunflower Ashley is just the sweetest. Like in her chats. And I've been over to her channel. If y'all haven't gone to check out her channel, she's got some videos. But yeah, she's been in the hospital for quite a while. But she's hoping to get to come home soon. But yeah, she's a sweetheart. She's always so giving. Always giving. If y'all hear a pop, it's just me stepping on air bubbles. I hear you, Tiny. Hold on, I'm coming. There you go. Oi. Gotta walk around the. Yeah, Miss Regina, that's what the liver failure. That's what we were. That was what she had said, and so, yep. All right, you got to turn around because they don't want to see your honey. Look it. Can you say howdy do to everybody? Hey, look up here. Hey, can you look up here? Say howdy do to everybody. This is Tiny. Yes, you're gonna rub up on me. So. Ray said she knows that Ashley spent Christmas in the hospital. She posted a pic on Insta. Yeah. Do I follow Ashley on Instagram? I don't know if I do. I'll have to check it out and see. But yeah, I knew that she was hoping that she was going to get to be home on Christmas. Initially, she was supposed to be. But it didn't happen. So, hey, buddy. I don't know if Liz is still here. She convinced me to let Tiny into the craft room a few weeks ago. And this is what he did then too, sticking his tail up in my face. Yep. Hey, YTP Chris. Yep. This is Tiny. Hi. And Tiny was really tiny compared to Charlie. Charlie was a big cat before he got sick, and he lost weight quickly. He went from about probably 17 pounds down to about 11 pounds. Yep. Very rapidly, very quickly. Ow. That's your nails, buddy. Right? Yes, Ray. She said she remembers that because it was right after she yelled at Alex for getting into her stuff. Exactly. And that's what I asked her. I'm like, Liz, is Alex allowed in the yarn room? She's like, no. Making me feel guilty for not letting him in here. So I let him in, and the first thing he did, he rubs all over everything in the room and then starts pulling yarn off the shelves. Didn't you, Bubba? Yeah, you did. You did. I had a cup sitting here, y'all, that I was going to show y'all, and I don't know what I did with it. Oh, there it is. I was going to show y'all some Happy Mail I got. I was going to do a video, and I haven't gotten around to it. So, I got Happy Mail. I'm going to show it to y'all. And I meant to show this last week, and I forgot. And I'm like, I'll just do a video, and it just hasn't happened. So, I will show y'all now. This came from Miss Cynthia at Cynthia's Joyful Creations. But look, in the bottom of it, it says, "You're the bee's knees." It's got a little bee in there. Oh, look good. It says, "Thank you for being an amazing friend." Oh, it's on this side too. Isn't that cute? It's got the sunflowers and the bees. Cool. I love it. Love it. Oh. Yeah, let me see if I can figure out how to put this back in here. I need to put... Regina said he had a lot of claiming to do, right? Yes, he did. He was putting his scent on everything. He was like, this is mine, and this is mine, and this is mine, and I like this yarn. Yep. But usually I don't let him in here because he likes to just pull the yarn off. He loves the yarn. Hey, Deanna. How are you? Bridget says her cat lives in the yarn room and she knows better than to touch Mommy's yarn. Do you know what he does? He does Tiny and Charlie both. What I would, with the squirt bottle, I'd spray them and they would look at me and then they would go. That's what they did to the squirt bottle. They would just drink it off their face and look at me like, ha ha. I was like, you little stinkers. So that didn't work for either one of them. But if y'all hear a noise, he found a Christmas ornament. Like a little plastic Christmas ornament ball thingy. And he's rolling it across the floor. Having a great time. Tiffany's saying, cute mug, thank you. Everybody's saying that's cute. Yep. I thought so. I thought it was adorable. Yep. I'm serious, Ray. That's what they do. I'd squirt them in the face with the water, and then they would just take their little paw, wipe it off, lick their paw, wipe it off, and keep doing what they were doing. Connie says it is past her bedtime. Everybody have a good night. Good night, Connie. Oh. Bridget knows the key. Couple of drops of vinegar, and then they won't be doing that no more. I will have to remember that. Deanna says, still sick, but doing okay. Just wanted to give a thumbs up and say hi while she was still awake. Well, thank you for popping in and leaving a thumb and saying hi-do. I appreciate it. Everybody's saying goodnight to Connie. Ray's like, ew, vinegar. I wouldn't like that either, right? Ugh, and it would smell. But at least vinegar, the scent goes away. But still, yeah, I wouldn't like that either. Smell like an Easter egg. Yes. Ew. Ow. Gross. Yep. Cynthia, are you still in the chat? Are you still listening? She was talking about mosaics on her live a while ago. And I was going to show one that I did. Passamaquoddy says the vinegar will burn their eyes if it gets in their eyes when you spray them. But not if you just put like one drop in like a whole squirt bottle. I don't think there would be enough. I think it would be diluted enough, but it would be just enough that the smell, they wouldn't like the smell. Would be my guess. Let me go over here on my Facebook channel. I won't be able to see the chat for just a second while I go find this. But I was going to show, she was talking about mosaics. So I was going to show y'all this. Let's see here. Click it here. Let's see. I just got to find the pictures. I wish they would just leave everything in the same spot so I could find it quickly. But I looked before I went live to make sure because I was looking for the All in the Family. And I can't find the picture of where I had put that in. So I'm sure it's somewhere on my channel. Somewhere. But this mosaic I have a picture of. There it is. Let's see. Okay. Now let me go back over here and I'll share the screen. Okay. Chris says, it beats squeezing a skunk. Bridget says a couple of drops for a full bottle. They can't smell it, but she can't smell it, but they can. Regina, plain water did not do the trick for my kitty cats. They just licked it off. Quit. They just licked it off and went on there, kept doing whatever I wanted them to stop doing. Like right now, he's playing with a pom-pom on this little bag. Okay, I'm going to share my screen here and show y'all this mosaic. And this is one that was done by, the tutorial was originally, I believe, Red Heart, which is now on Yarn Inspirations. But the tutorial I watched was Mikey at the Crochet Crowd. And I do not remember what it is called. I will have to look back. Maybe it'll say over here on my description of it. But it is one that goes back side to side. Not side to side, but it's two rows for each color change. So it's not, so you don't have to cut the yarn at the end of each row. And most of this was yarn I had in my stash, but a lot of this yarn, my brother's house burnt last year, and so I had made this for him to go on his bed with a blanket that I had already made from him, and I was able to salvage some of the yarn. And then I also made him that. That's what got me, this is what got me originally thinking about doing this up here. I made him a corner to corner, and all these little patches of yarn were also from, some of it was from his original blanket that was still left over, and then it was just stuff that I had in my stash. Okay, I must be going the wrong way. Yep. Okay, so that's what the back of that mosaic looks like. It just looks like stripes, although you can kind of see the pattern just a little bit. But there it is, the front side again. But yeah, but that way you don't have to cut the yarn at the end of each row. So you don't have to worry about weaving in all those ends or creating the twisted border or doing an envelope to border it in to keep in all your ends or weave them in. Yep. And did any of those over here, let's see. And no, they do not. Well, what good is that if I didn't put what it was? Okay, here we go. It is called the Nordic Stripes Crochet Blanket. So there you go. Nordic Stripes. Yep. Okay. Stop screen share. Okay, there we go. Alrighty. Passamaquoddy says her dog baby girl loves on beginner potato chips. So probably wouldn't do vinegar water, probably wouldn't do anything. Thank you, Cynthia. She said sorry to hear that. Tiffany said that's pretty. No, that one is the Nordic Stripes. But I did do the All in the Family, but I think I couldn't find a picture of the All in the Family. So I think it is on my scrap blanket that I did for myself, and I just did some of the rounds because I didn't want it to be holy, and some of the rounds in the All in the Family are holy. It's like a holy stitch. But it's a gorgeous blanket. But I think I used some of the outer rounds in that blanket. But I couldn't find a picture of it. It's probably on my phone and never made it to my YouTube, and it was probably, must have been before I started my Instagram. Yep. Thank y'all. Everybody's saying that's pretty. Thank you. But yeah, so that one is one. So if you ever want to learn how to do mosaic, I would recommend Tina, Tinna, Thorvadal. I'll have to leave the link in the description for her channel because I cannot say it. But she has a lot of amazing mosaic tutorials. And then that one that I just showed was, like I said, the crochet crowd. But that way you can do 2 rows, because I know Sunita, I think she's probably already fell asleep and gone to bed, but she was saying she doesn't want to have to cut at the end of each row and weave it in. With this particular pattern, each pass is 2 rows. And then you just drop down in front of, so you don't have to worry about that. Yeah, you don't have to worry about the, what are you doing? You don't have to worry about cutting. And then you just go up the side, just carry it up. So I did do a border at the end, but I just did a little single, I don't know if I did a single crochet or half double, but either way, just to hide where I carried it up the side, which my brother wouldn't have cared. He would have, if he could see it where it carried up the side. So, yep. Tiffany says she can't say her last name either. Huh? Let me see. I could probably drop her link in the chat. Hold up. Let me go over here. Go here. YouTube. Let's see. Tinna, Tinna. Thorva. Yep. Let me go to her channel. Right here. And then if y'all are not familiar with her, when you see her name, you'll be like, oh yeah. There you go. Yes, Ray. Let me go get, I can go get that link for his too. But that, Tina has got some amazing mosaics. She's the first one that I started watching when I wanted to learn how to do mosaic. Amazing. She's the one that I got this pattern for, or how to do this from. She's got the tutorial for this on her channel. But she does cut at the end of every row. But she's amazing because she teaches you how to read all of the mosaic patterns, how to write your own patterns. Yeah. Okay, what did I say that was? Nordic Stripes Crochet Blanket. The Crochet Crowd. Yarn Inspirations also has it, but it's the same. It's still Mikey doing it, or at least the one that I watched is. Let me pull this up. Copy. Okay. Oopsies. Nordic Stripes. And then here is the, okay, so that's the tutorial for Mikey. Y'all, I have got a cat hair on my face or something. There we go. Maybe that got it. Yes, her work is amazing. Tina's work is amazing. Yep. Y'all will have to check her out if y'all have not. Her cows are so detailed. A lot of her crochet alongs, she will do stitch by stitch the entire project. So a lot, and she'll break them up into like different segments, but they are very, very good. So let's see, the little cut edges make her nervous. The border to encase them is so, yes. And that's the thing, because you have to do, you have to go all the way around the border once to create the first part of the envelope. Then you have to go all the way around it again to create the back. And then you have to go around that to stitch it together. So that just is, yeah, I agree. But, yeah, so that's why I just do, I mean, now you will be working with 2 balls of yarn at a time, but yep. But I'd rather do that than cut the yarn at the end of every single row. But she also shows you a way to do like a twisted, where you take the yarn that's at each end and twist them together to make like a twisted fringe. If you don't want to have to weave in ends and you don't want to do the border. So that was one of the things. If I ever make one of her big ones and use her tutorial exactly like she has it, I will probably leave the start and the end really long and then do the twisted fringe. So yes, Cynthia, I love it. It's so cute. Just talk about the mug. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Chris says, I was like, why does she say join and not subscribe to her channel? Then I realized I was already subscribed. Oh. You talking about Tina's? She recently added subscriptions or memberships. Not subscriptions, memberships. And so if it says join, that is if you hit join, then you will that's where you could pay to be a member to her channel. Yep. Yes, Tiffany, she does. And so you can twist them and then tie a little knot, and then it untwists, and then you have a little twisted fringe. That was my plan when I do one of hers. But I just haven't gotten around to it. And then you can also buy her patterns, but she's got some amazing mosaics. And there's a Facebook group that I am that I'm a member of on Facebook. That's all about la-di-da-di, different mosaics and stuff. So yeah, lots and lots and lots. So it's pretty cool because there are tons of mosaic creators out there. Yes, I think she is just a little bit. but that's okay. She'll catch up with us. I know on her live, I think it was it hers? Yeah, on mine it kept spinning. So it may be her internet may be freezing her out just a little bit. Either that or it's mine. It could be mine. But yeah, the twisted fringe is really cool. Let me go find that. If anybody else is interested in mosaic, let me go find that Facebook group. Ray says, should have first mosaic this year. Was fun. Yes. The Odin. I don't know if that's how you say it, but yeah. Yes. I fell in love with mosaic yeah. It's just so amazing. And now you can do all the different really intricate. I attempted to write my own mosaic after watching all her videos and seeing how she taught how to do it, but I just didn't like the way it was turning out. I mean, it looked fine, but it just wasn't what I wanted it to look like. And I'm sure if I cut it at the end of each row and shrunk it down a little, it would have looked better. But I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do that because I didn't have to cut it. And I thought about making little, taking some of her little patterns. Oh, gotcha. Chris said, just letting her know because if we don't tell her, then she won't know till she catches up to that part. Gotcha. Right. But taking some of her, because she's got this one blanket, Tina, and it's little motifs. And I thought about making the little ones in cotton and making coasters with them and then doing the twisted fringe on the little coasters. I thought those would be cute, and those would probably, if I decide to do the craft shows. So, but I need to write this stuff down because when I think about it, then by the time the craft show comes around, I'm like, oh yeah, I was going to make those, and then I didn't. But let me go see what that Facebook group is called. That way, if y'all want to join it, you can. Let's see. If you are on Facebook and want to check it out. Let's see. One of them is called Mosaic Crochet World. Okay, let me go over here. Let me share. Yes, she is definitely behind. You're right, Chris. Cynthia, when you get to this part in the video, you are behind in the chat, so you need to refresh. But thank you, because that's the part I need you to see, so you can see that mosaic. Or if y'all want to put in the chat to let her know that she is behind again. Tell her to refresh because she is behind just a smidge, because I'm not showing anything for her to say that's beautiful. Let's see. Share screen. Boop, boop. Yeah, this one. Okay. So this is that, make sure it's sharing. Yes, it is. Okay, Mosaic Crochet World. And you can see some of the different mosaics and get some ideas on all the different mosaic crochet patterns that you can do and other pattern makers. Yep. That way, if you are interested in learning, but like these are all different ones. A bunch of different little kitty cats and bunnies. I guess that's a bunny. But, yeah. So these are all the ones that particular lady had made. But, yeah. So, if y'all are interested, Mosaic Crochet World, you can go there. And they will give you lots of, they will give you lots of ideas and great designers. And you'll be able to see what it looks like finished. And you'll be able to know if the pattern is good. Because sometimes, not so good. Y'all know how that goes. Sometimes you'll see a pattern and you'll think you want it. And then you get it and it's not great. What, buddy? Don't. He's attacking the yarn, y'all, and I could see he was getting ready to do that, and I was afraid he was going to claw me, jumping up. But yeah, you know how sometimes you'll see a pattern and it looks great the way they've done it, but then when you buy the pattern, it's hard to read, or so by going there and following along with them, you can find out if there's anything in the pattern that makes it hard, or if it's easy to follow along with. And I'll let you know if you're only getting the chart or if you're getting the chart and the written. So, because some of the mosaics you only get the charts, and some of them you get the charts with the written. Yep. Hey, don't pull that off. Don't. That's my sock. You can't have that. No, you can't have my sock. He wants my sock. You can't have it. So, does anybody have anything going on their channel this week that they want to talk about or drop down into the chat so we can go check y'all out? Is anybody going live? I know Connie is going live on New Year's Eve. And Liz will probably be going back live on Sunday for Zingo. If everybody in her family is feeling up to it, she will be going back live. So does anybody else have anything going on? I think Zach had said that his last live of the year was last night. So I don't guess he is going live. Oh, yeah, because he said he had to work. That's right. We have Bridget's birthday bash. That is going to be January 11th. Is that right? For Bridget's 1K birthday bash. Deanna says, what is it called when you carry 2 yarn colors and crochet a pattern? Is it Fair Isle? Maybe. You could also... I know you can do, I know that's part of Fair Isle is doing that, but I also do that when I'm doing my graphicans and my mosaics. I crochet with, or I do it with my graphicans. I crochet with multiple colors at the same time. So I don't know. I don't know if that is, I don't know. If anybody in the chat knows, can y'all help Deanna out? Aussie says, I am knitting Love Note top by Tin Can Knits while keeping an eye on our flooding. Oh, no, yeah. Lisa said y'all have been getting a lot of rain in Australia, like an uncommonly large amount of rain. So, Regina says, there's also a New Year's Eve party at Butterfly Dreams. That's Jeannie. Bridget says that it is going to be, yes, it is on the 11th at 7 p.m. and that is Eastern, right, Bridget? 7 Eastern? You are, yeah, because you're in South Carolina, so Eastern. So y'all have to go check out Bridget's birthday bash and 1K celebration. Chris says floats is usually what it is called, but you can carry it other way. Yes. Okay, yeah. Floating the yarn. Yes. I know Fair Isle is like I've heard that in knitting. I'm sure you can create that same effect in crochet. Kirsty says it's bad. Her channel has a few videos of it. In 1974 level, they're predicting. Oh, wow. So we had some major flooding in our area several years back. And they called that's what they were calling it, like the 100-year flood, because it had not flooded that much in so long. But I'll have to go check out your videos, and hopefully it'll slack up and the waters will start to recede. Because, I mean, it's just amazing at the amount of damage water can do. I mean, you think it's just water, but it it's just amazingly devastating at the damage water can do. Yes. Bridget says, yes, she's going to get it scheduled ASAP right now. But she is chained to the sewing machine. But she will get it posted ASAP. Chris wants to make a Fair Isle sweater after she learns to knit. Yes. Ray, but it's only a few bags. Okay, so YTPF or YTFP Chris, are you a she or a he? I can't tell by your little tiny thing, and I don't want to call you by the wrong name. What? Because I know there was a Chris here earlier that is most definitely a female, and so I just looked at your little picture and it's tiny. So I think I was wrong. Let's see. Deanna, I sent you a picture of the blanket I made years ago. I don't know what method it is, but I created my own pattern. Did you email it to me? Let me go check. Oh, yep, you did. Okay, that kind of looks mosaic. Let me take you off of here. Let me go share screen. It kind of looks mosaic, but it could also be Grafkin. I like it though. So did you carry the red all the way through the white? Does it look the same on both sides? I don't know. It's really cool though. I like it. I like it. That's cool. Nice. Let's see. Kirsty said, it's not going to get better for months. It only just started here. Peak, not for another week. Oh, wow. I'm sorry. Bridget says, I think that's supposed to say I got and finished an order already have now and 3 others that I'm working on. Yes. Okay, see, that's what I thought. Chris Kaleidoscope, female. YTFP, male. Okay. Because when I said that a while ago, I called you a she, and I was like, nope. Wrong one. Kaleidoscope. Chris Kaleidoscope, lady. Man. Got it now. I got it, Tiny. For tonight, anyway. Next week, another story. She is a hard worker, Bridget. Bridget's a hard worker. She is cranking out the bags. Okay, so Deanna says, yes, it's the same on both sides, and she carried the red through the white. Okay. I don't know what it would be called either, but it's beautiful. It looks awesome. It looks amazing. It does. She did a good job, huh, Tiny? Regina says the Arkansas River Valley is still trying to recover from floods a few years ago. Yeah. The south, and I mean, let's see, we got it in 2010 maybe, and then I know Texas got it, like the Houston area. Yeah, it's just, I mean, it just devastating that the amount of damage water can do. And then we had, it wasn't in our town, but like the county beside us, was either last year, maybe the year before. They had this water that was building up, and it wasn't even like a real dam, but it was like where just stuff had been piling up beside a train track, and it finally was just enough pressure and it washed it out. So then when when it came out, it was like a dam had busted and all this water flooded this town that you would never imagine flooding. It was horrible. Absolutely horrible. So yeah, because I mean, yeah. Bridget says, but she loves it. Making special bags for special people is an amazing feeling. Absolutely. Yeah. And everybody loves your bags. Oh, wow. Deanna says it's a California King. So that blanket is huge. It's a California King and heavy. I can't put it on our bed to use. I'd put it on the bed and use it unless it's like not cold enough. I like a heavy blanket. Of course, you know, washing it's another story. Right? Wow. That's huge. It didn't look that big in the picture. I was thinking like throw size, but wow, that's amazing. That's huge. And I guess carrying the yarn would make it even extra heavier. Yes, I'm with Ray. How long did that take to make? And that's really cool that you made it, you know, that you were making it up and stuff. That's awesome. Yes, Deanna. So how long did it take you? Kirsty Duck, Chris is throwing yarn. Oh, wow. Deanna said it took her 5 years. So that was a project of love. Tiffany says, we're having worries about flooding here in Sacramento. There's a huge river that runs through the area and other small waterways are in danger of contributing to the flood. Oh, wow. So have y'all been getting a lot of rain, Tiffany, then I take it? So I guess like most of the United States got hit with snow. I guess it didn't get cold enough there for it to snow. So I'm guessing y'all are getting hit with the rain. And there she says, lots of rain on the way and snow up in the mountains. Yeah. Deanna says it was for our wedding. Aw. Kirsty says, I'm a good catcher for yarn. Thank you. Ray wants to know, do you have it hung up somewhere or something? Yeah, Deanna. Well, I mean, it looked like it was on on the back of a, let's see, couch. Or is it on a bed? Maybe. Quit, Bubba. I went back to look at the picture. The Bernat Sparkle blanket yarn is heavy for a blanket. I am using 6 green and 6 purple with the shell stitch. Ooh, I bet that's going to be beautiful. Ugh. But yeah, blanket yarn is heavy. It is heavy. I'm not a big fan of working with the blanket yarn. Although I made little tinykins here. I made him a bed the other night when he was in here because he was like crawling all over me. So I'm like, I'm just going to make you something so you can have your own yarn. Then I laid it on the floor so he could check it out. Then he promptly spun around and dumped over the Dr. Pepper. So now his blankie has already been washed, or his little bed has already been washed. Quit. Dana says it is folded on the back of a new couch. Ray says, ooh, that'll be pretty, Passamaquoddy. And the perfect colors to you. Yes. What, green and purple or just the purple? Yeah. Come here. Quit. He knows that I don't like him licking himself when he's sitting on me. So what does he do? He's licking himself when he's sitting on me. You know I don't like you that. Ray says, yes, green and purple. Passamaquoddy said her daughter picked the colors. Ray loves her green and purple. Tiffany says they've been pretty soggy this week. Got a little break from the rain yesterday, most of today, but more continuing through tonight and then all day Saturday. Yeah, it rained here for what felt like 2 weeks solid, but it wasn't enough for flooding, thank goodness. But it was just enough to make everything a big, wet, soggy, muddy mess. So, and then it got cold, so everything froze. And so now, today wasn't bad. Yesterday, it rained. Today, kind of off and on. Ray says, and black and silver too. Ooh. Let me check my weather. I think tomorrow is supposed to rain here. Yep, 60% chance of rain on Friday, 80% on Saturday, 60 on Monday and Tuesday. So, yuck. She says, kind of funny though, because her daughter is colorblind. But I guess she could still, even though she's colorblind, I guess she could still differentiate enough to know that the two colors. But she picked two colors that are going to work great together. Right, Tiffany? Green and purple work well together. Yes. Ray said it's also supposed to rain there tomorrow. Or supposed to rain there too. Deanna says she can handle the rain because it's melting the snow and ice. Bridget said Ray possessed her while shopping today. It's all her fault that she now has Jack Skellington slippers on her feet. Oh, now I went to Walmart. Let's see, when did I go to Walmart? Monday. Yes. And they had all their Christmas stuff 50% off. So I got me some of those squishy, fuzzy socks that are like super thick. Yeah, for like $2. Because to walk around the house and they're so soft and squishy. Kirsty says the local councils decided to try and control the flow of the river by putting sand and dirt levees in, and a lot of them have failed. And a few of the wetlands are now underwater. Yep. And that's kind of what happened with this in the town next to us. You know, at first they were saying that a levee gave way, but then come to find out it wasn't even really a levee. It was it was one that should have been cleared out a long time ago because it was going underneath the railroad tracks. But like the tracks that were supposed to go over like a bridge like thing, it was like over at a field. So, I mean, but what had happened was all this debris and stuff just over time kept building up. So all this water was pooling in this field and made this, because it had rained so much, and it made this like a makeshift lake, really. And then all that pressure of that water pushed all that stuff through, and it knocked out the train tracks, and then all that water just flooded that town, which was not even in a flood zone. Like, they had no clue it was coming. It was horrific. Quit, Bubba. Absolutely horrific. So I'm sorry y'all are having to go to deal with that, because it's just, that's awful. Quit. Ray says, yes, Bridget. And then she says, that's a good deal. Yes. And I also went to Hobby Lobby, and they still had all their stuff 75% off. So I had like a big bag of stuff, and it was only $11. So I was like, woo! But I got some Nutcracker tins, and I got they had their Pez. You know, we were talking about Pez last week. So I got Pez for $1. And I meant to put a Pez in Lisa's box that went to Australia, and I forgot. It's still here, but she's getting all the other kinds of American goodies, but they can get Pez in Australia, so it's okay. Passamaquoddy says, yes, we're supposed to get rain also. Tiffany said, for the most part, she's not upset about the rain. The water deficit is terrible. Drought conditions for such a long time, right? But the thing is, you don't want to get all the rain all at one time. You want to get a little bit. so that it can, yeah. I get it. I understand though. Yeah. And if I lived in California, so I know, and I think it's the same everywhere when it rains, people can't drive. People are idiots. It starts to rain and they forget how to drive. Score! Exactly. But yeah, it was like $11. So I got 3 nutcracker tins. I got one that's big and then one that's a small one, and it fits inside that one. And then, yeah, and then the Pez, candies. I'm going to give those to I'll probably just eat them. I was going to say, I can give them to my nieces. We got a couple birthdays coming up, so I guess I could use them for those. And then I got, quit. Stop. Y'all, I'm telling you, he's pulling stuff off, and he's reaching out with his little claw, and he's going, and he's pulling it because he wants it. Yeah. Don't give me that look. What else did I get? I didn't even see these at Walmart during the season, but I got a nutcracker wax warmer for half price. Did y'all's Walmart even have those? I don't remember seeing them, so I think they got them in late and they just put them on clearance. Let's see. Kirsten says, I love Hobby Lobby cotton. Wish it was easier to get. Right? That's one thing about Hobby Lobby. I'm surprised they don't ship international. And I don't know why they don't, because, I mean, it's not like it would cost them any more if they charge, because they charge for shipping. So, I don't know. I don't know why companies don't do that. I mean, I guess it could have something to do, you know, tax purposes and whatnot, collecting sales tax and customs, and I don't know how all that works as far as, you know, doing that, but I would think that as a company, you know, if you have all these people that are wanting to purchase it, that they would make it accessible. I don't know. Although I do know that the shipping is expensive, because that box I just sent was expensive. I think it cost me more to ship it than what the stuff inside the box was worth. But, yep. Let's see here. It would help if your governor. Yeah. I don't know about that, but yeah. Rerouting the water. Tiffany says, and no, people cannot drive in the rain there. Yeah. Passamaquoddy says, if I lived in California, I'd buy a collapsible water barrel and put it where they can't see it and collect all the rainwater. I think you can do that. I don't think you would have to hide it. You can collect it. I think you can collect rain, or you can collect water. I know when we lived there, we lived on a military base, and so depending on what side of the street you lived on, based on your house number, we had to water our yard. Like if our house number was odd, we had to water our yard on odd days because it's so dry there. But we were required to water our yard on base anyway. And we were told when we first got there, because conditions are so dry in the summer, so like if you break down, do not pull your car off into like grass on the side of the road, because it can start a fire. That was one of the things they taught. They, like, when we did our like base orientation to a new location, that's one of the things they told us. If you break down on the side of the road, just stay in the road. If there's nowhere to safely pull off. But if the only thing, your only option is stay on the road or pull off into grass, stay on the road. Kirsten says the only place that ships direct is Joann's now. Really? Wow. I would have thought Michael's. So Michael's doesn't either. That's a bummer. Bummer. Bye, Ray. Have a great night. We're about to get off of here too. I was going to end it at midnight, but we kind of went over a little bit. So when I get to the bottom of the chat, we'll start winding down. But let's see. Deanna says, give Tiny a scrap ball to play with. He's got a ball of yarn that he's already unraveled and it's up and down the hallway. And then I gave him another one when he came in here tonight, and it's right here. But he just wants all the yarn because he knows he wants all the yarn. But now he's just curled up. He decided he just went to sleep. He got tired of me telling him no. But here's what he's trying to get right now. He wants this. This is what I'm using as my mouse pad on my table. So he wants this pom-pom. This is, which I mean, I can't blame him. I mean, it looks like a cat toy hanging down there. Yeah, I know I woke you up because I pulled it out. I'm sorry. Hobby Lobby and Chick-fil-A want to be selective on who their customers are. Yep. And it never fails. I always want Chick-fil-A on Sunday. Every time I'd be like, ooh, Chick-fil-A sounds good. Nope, Sunday. Or I'll be working on a project and I'll need like another skein of yarn and I'll be like, well, I'll just run. Nope. Sunday, can't go get it. Christy says, I wish Michael's did. Oh, right, the latte cakes? I know. And I was hoping I was going to get me some latte cakes. Do I have a latte cake over there? I do. I was hoping that they had, they were saying we have a store here called Ollie's. Everybody was showing all these amazing yarn hauls with their Ollie's, and they were getting all these cakes, and they were getting the crystal cakes and the latte cakes. My Ollie's had none of that. I was bummed. But I didn't need it. I was just going to get it because it was such a great deal. So, well, anyway. Good night, Cynthia. Thank you for hanging out with us for a little bit. Yep. And we are at the bottom of the chat again. All right, y'all. I think I am going to get off of here and go get ready for bed. It is now midnight my time, so I know East Coast people, it is even later for y'all. The only people that are probably ready to stay up and party are our Aussie buddies. And I don't know if Zach is still here, but I think it's pretty late for him too. I think he's on East Coast time. He's up in Canada. So, but yeah, we've had a lot of people here tonight from all over everywhere. So that's cool. Oh, Deanna says, everybody have a good night. Her Bluetooth died. Oh no. Oh, yeah, and then we have Miss Margie here. She's out in California, and Tiffany's out in California. Granny D's still hanging with us, so it's 1 o'clock for her, too. Everybody, I'll let everybody get all their good nights in before I kick it off of here. Good night, Miss Granny D. Cynthia says she is sending shout outs on her community tab, and when she is done, she is heading to bed. Yes. And I need to make myself a note. Well, hey, Laura. Laura's still here. I need to make myself a note to do that video on Joann's. Because I'm telling y'all, their yarn section at this one. And Sappho is the one that's really going to be amazed because she was with me at that other one. It was horrible. I mean, it was just, I couldn't believe that it was as bad as it was. Because from the outside, it looked like a fairly new Joann's, but the inside was so tiny. Don't bite me, quit. Quit. Does that mean stop petting you? You can just say, stop petting me. You don't have to try to bite my hand. He's not trying to bite it to hurt me. He's just trying to bite it to play. Huh. Yes, but your teeth hurt, little buddy. Yep. Do you want to get up here and tell everybody night-nights? Since I let you in the room. Trying to get him to be buddies with my black lab, but Tiny is not a fan. Unhook your claw. He is not a fan, are you? He's not a fan of the lab. Because the black lab, his name is Max, and he is hyper. He's 3, but he is hyper. And Tiny here hisses at him and smacks him, don't you? Every time he walks by, he'll hiss at him and go. And Max was like, he'll just look at him like, what'd I do? Yeah. There you go. Go down. We're going to go out of the room. We're going to go to the other room. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for joining me. To everybody that's catching this on the replay, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. And I hope everybody has a fantastic night. And I'll see y'all next week if I don't see you on the YT streets and the chats before. All right. Have a fantastic day, week, and I will see y'all later. Bye.